It is the thing to do. Looting and polluting is not to wait. Hear what Captain Planet has to say. The power is yours. Quit playing, son.
I'm going to be honest with you. That was the first time I've ever heard that song in my life. He did a brilliant rendition of it. And, Tom, I think that you need to save that and bring it back maybe hourly for the rejoin today.
I think we should hear the original.
I don't think you could do any better than that. What you just did.
I know, but we should hear the original to know that I'm on point, son. If we're doing karaoke, I'm singing a Captain Planet song. Back in the day, these kids today don't know how great these songs were for our cartoons.
It was great.
Whether you're talking about Darkwing Duck, whether you're talking about DuckTales,
woo,
whether you're talking about Transformers,
more than meets the eye,
whether you're talking about He-Man, whether you're talking about Thundercats,
Thundercats, right?
Ho!
Thundercats was badass.
You know what I'm saying? They coming out with a He-Man movie. I
saw that.
Yeah, I don't know how it looks.
They did that. They did He-Man already. Remember
they did,
the Dolph Lundgren in 87.
But you got to think, brother.
I know, it's a long time ago.
87, our kids don't even know who He-Man is.
That's true. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like now, is that even like, are kids even going to rush to see that now? Because like, they don't know who he is.
It's going to be a movie and they're going to get informed. They didn't know what Marvels was and X-Men were neither.
That had more of an audience, though, than He-Man.
Yeah, but He-Man is like one of those one-offs. It's like bringing back Spawn or Blade.
And they've done that a couple of times, too.
Well, they're going to, I forgot the guy. He fought for it. Deadpool. Forget his name.
Ryan Reynolds.
He fought to get one Gambit in there because Gambit is a character that, Channing Tatum had fought for years to play Gambit, which Gambit is one of my favorite X-Men of all time, and they never threw him in a movie. And then they threw him in the Deadpool movie, and I love, people can say whatever they want about his New Orleans accent or whatever. Gambit was one of the coolest ones. Always sitting at the poker table, drinking whiskey. You know what I'm saying? I like the boa that he had too, not just the cards, but the boa and all the other stuff that he had. He was one of the most interesting guys for me, in my opinion. So I'm glad they did that. And I tell you what they probably need. They probably need Gambit's stick to hit a damn baseball over there in Citi Field, man. I can't believe I wasted half of my life yesterday watching that damn thing. Devin Williams,
half your life?
Man, why would you want Devin Williams after what Pete Alonso did to him, after he struggled with the bright lights with the Yankees, and then he just comes back and he's a bum. You know what I'm saying? He's a shell of himself. Dude couldn't record one out. And listen, I know we wouldn't be any better off with Edwin Diaz, him dealing with his scope and what he has to get done to his elbow. But man, Devin Williams, whatever gave you the fact, and this is why, what's his name? What's the GM name again?
David Stearns.
That's why Stearns needs to be called to the front of the congregation.
You think so?
We need to have a conversation with him because he talks about how his ability or his reason, like what's my guy I was trying to get last year from Florida team. Start with a C. You know what I'm talking about, Ray. I threw Ray into the bus. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Sandy Alcantara from the Marlins.
My point, man. Like he didn't want to do that. He go get all these other bums and take risks on these other bums because his metrics and how he believe bringing into
analytics.
A pitching staff, and he's horrible with it. Not only can we not hit, we can't record outs. This is your prize pupil that you decided to say, hey, I'm not going to offer Edwin Diaz, or they did, or I'm not going to juice it up a little bit more so that the Dodgers can't steal him. This was your solution.
I don't know what else to say. And by the way, this is Bart Carlin here on this Earth Day 2026. It's Grassa and Bart today as we're hanging out with you till 1 o'clock at 800-919-3776. And Bart just said a mouthful right there, and he's right. I don't know what you can possibly add anymore because I got to be honest with you. As bad as things have been, I thought there was no way the Mets were losing yesterday. No way. And a lot of that had to be centered around Nolan McLean, first and foremost. Like the old saying in baseball is like, when you're struggling, you have a team meeting. You call a team meeting. You always call a team meeting when your ace pitcher is pitching that night, because you figure that's going to cure most of the things that ail you. And last night watching that game, Lindor hits the 3-run homer. Okay, it's 3-0. Nolan McLean is dealing. I thought he was throwing a perfect game. Not just because he was perfect through 5 innings. He had stuff last night. and throw in the Twins' approach the first 5 innings, it looked like they didn't even want to be there. It was a chilly night. The Twins aren't that good to begin with. And I thought that he was going to lead them to an easy victory and snap this losing streak.
Especially after Lindor, put a little sauce.
And then throw in the other fact, too. I mean, the offense. And that's really been the chief culprit during this 12-game losing streak. They've scored 22 runs total in these last 12 games. Do the math, Bart. That's not even 2 runs a game over the span of a dozen contests. Like, how is that possible? Simeon Woods Richardson, who was the starting pitcher for the Twins last night. This was a guy who was a former Met farmhand. He was in the trade for Marcus Stroman all those years ago. He is not exactly anything reminiscent of a Cy Young winner. I thought for sure the bats would wake up last night against him. Lindor hits the home run, great. But the final 12, they ended the game 12 consecutive outs. They could not do anything, and that Twins bullpen is terrible. And they couldn't even touch them. So when does it end? Like, how much worse is this going to... This is embarrassing. There's no other way to say it. Embarrassing. You could talk about some of the worst teams in the history of baseball. The White Sox from 2 years ago, which lost 120 games. The A's before they moved out of Oakland, where everybody knew that they were mailing in the season. They never lost 12 in a row the first month of the season. How is it possible that your season is essentially over before you even get to the NFL freaking draft?
Can you hit our line? Can you hit our line, Ray? I think that's a perfect exclamation point on his little rant right there. About the Mets. I'm sorry.
There's a Mets line.
I'm sorry. We played it yesterday, Ray. I apologize. I should have threw that at Tom. Tom, you know what the hell I'm talking about.
It's a bigger letdown than being a Mets fan.
Opening day, and here's the first pitch.
And the season's over. It is. It's over. I mean, realistically, all right.
I'm sorry, Ray. I want to apologize publicly.
But that is
Ray,
a good one, though.
That I just threw it out there like that, Ray. I'm just distraught. I mean, because, Ray, I left and came back and did not expect. I expected to have a win. I went to Mexico City, had a good time. I'm like, listen, I understand we paid the Dodgers, the evil, empire. We'll at least win one.
No, it's too much. They can't.
I feel like playing like the Temptation. We should play sad songs. No, you know what? No, we're not going to make the Mets bring everybody else down. I was going to say we should play sad songs on our rejoins every day. Like, I Wish It Would Rain from the Temptations.
Oh, I wish that it would rain.
'Cause so badly I want to go outside. Everybody knows that a man ain't supposed to cry. I can't believe, man. Come on, man.
How do you lose 12 in a row in April? No, seriously, it's April. How do you lose 12 in a row?
Now it's gonna be like Major League, where we got to get a picture of Stearns and we start peeling stuff off.
There's going to be something with David Stearns, but in another facet where I think the fans feel a certain way, and it's going to be a dartboard more than anything else. Look, we know how this is going to go, okay? And I don't want to hear about Juan Soto coming back tonight either. Great that he's in there, but it's baseball, guys. He's 1 of 9.
Who's pitching today?
For who? The Mets?
Yeah.
Clay Holmes. And Clay Holmes has been good.
He going to give us 4.
No, he's good.
No, I'm just playing.
Clay Holmes and Nolan McClain are the only 2 things that you got in the rotation.
Let me tell you something, brother. Hurt people. So I just threw Clay Holmes under the bus, man, because
Clay Holmes, believe it or not, seriously, and Juan Soto does not fall into this category. It's not like David Stearns got Juan Soto here. Steve Cohen's checkbook got Juan Soto here. Clay Holmes might be the only move in the last 2 years that David Stearns has made that actually looks like a good move. Because all the other ones are an abomination.
Look, you know it's bad when we make NFL Network.
Yep. Like NFL Network. They're holding up the back page of the New York Post, which is a picture of a sad Met fan at the game last night, and the caption, Dirty Dozen. That's how bad it is right now. And look, like I said, you know how this is going to go. Everybody's calling for the manager's head, and I get it. They have to give the fan base their pound of flesh. Do I think Carlos Mendoza is the number 1 culprit for this right now? Absolutely not. The guy who put the team together.
He made a lot of moves.
The guy who put the team together
a lot of moves.
Is the one who's the number 1 culprit.
He's made a lot of moves. He made a lot of moves this offseason.
And if any of them turned out positive, none.
No.
None.
No.
Look, I was all for changing the core. Okay? They didn't win. They underachieved. They collapsed. They choked. Whatever you want to say. I was all for making change. But what you did in getting rid of the old guard and bringing in the new guard, I mean, this is a disaster. He brought in a guy in Jorge Polanco to be the first baseman who is number one, never played first base before in his life. Oh, it'll be fine. It's
He'll
first
figure it
base.
out. He'll figure it
You know,
out.
you put the fat kid at first base. That's what they tell you in Little League, right? Well, not only that, Jorge Polanco's got an Achilles injury. Now he's got a wrist injury, and he ain't even playing. And when he was playing, he wasn't that good. Say what you want about Pete Alonso. And I know that David Stearns didn't want Pete Alonso.
Polar Bear
but you know
up.
what about the Polar Bear? Every single day, the guy's name was in the lineup. He played every day. So you tell me what you would rather have. A guy that you maybe don't like too much who plays, or a guy that you brought in thinking you could reinvent the baseball wheel, and he's nowhere to be found. Marcus Semien, you wanted Brandon Nimmo's out of here, his contract, whatever. Brandon Nimmo's off to a raking start with the Texas Rangers. You got Marcus Semien in here because he was a former Gold Glove winner to help your defense at second base. Marcus Semien in the batter's box looks like he's about 65 years old. He couldn't catch up to a slow-pitch softball right now, and he's under contract for 3 more years.
You saying he couldn't hit R.A. Dickey?
Could not hit R.A. Dickey. Bo Bichette, and look, I'll take the hit on Bo Bichette. I said it a million times, and I'm going to still stick to it because I'm delusional. I thought Bo Bichette was going to be a top 10 MVP guy in the NL this year. He can opt out after this season. He's playing for a new contract. The guy was one of the best hitters with runners in scoring position with the Toronto Blue Jays. I thought he'd be fine. He's been terrible. What has actually gone... Oh, and last night, by the way, which ended up being the tying run of the game. How about the base hit up the middle to center field? Luis Robert, a guy who they traded for again to be the center fielder. What kind of a throw was that home from Luis Robert? It almost reached the pitcher's mound from shallow center field. What are we doing?
It wasn't a warm night yesterday, man.
It doesn't matter.
Baseball travels with its warmer.
I mean, give me a break. Like, this is a catastrophe right now. And I'll let everybody in on a little secret, too, because I talked to people yesterday about this, and most folks, believe it or not, even like good Met fans, don't even know this to be true. Do you realize, and I don't know who in the organization came up with this brilliant idea, you know the Mets, this is their business model. They have not put tickets on sale yet for the second half of the season.
Oh.
July, August, September. They are only selling individual game tickets for April, May, and June. So if you wanted to buy a game for the second half of the season, you can't buy them yet. So that brilliant strategy now probably backfiring on them when they're going to be 58 games out of first place by the time we get to Memorial Day.
Buy one, get one free.
Who in God's name is going to be lining up to buy tickets to watch this team in August and September? You tell me.
Only chance they have is if they get on a run later and it becomes a rallying cry or something.
You better... Like, I know they were blowing this whole season out as like the 40th anniversary of the 86 Mets, right? They're going to do an 86 day and everything. They better do, like, honor one player each day to spruce this thing up the rest of the season. Because otherwise, why are you paying to see this product? And by the way, we know where this is going. They'll probably be sellers at the deadline. All these guys that they brought in are going to be gone.
It look like Scherzer and Verlander all over again?
Exactly. Bichette, gone. Luis Robert, gone.
I mean, we supposed to believe in Stearns.
How can you?
He was the prize pupil of Cohen.
Steve Cohen waited this guy out. He waited him out.
You know, he's looking like Billy Donovan, man. We thought he was going to bring some magic juice.
Yeah, but Billy Donovan at least has 2 rings from college.
I did my best.
You know what I'm saying? He at least got 2 back-to-back championships. David Stearns, what? He made the playoffs a couple of times with the Milwaukee Brewers on a shoestring payroll? Like, what good is that?
I wish I can get a job where I can suck at it and get paid and bought out.
Isn't that amazing?
That's just what I want to do, man.
Isn't that amazing?
I want to be Charlie Weiss.
But it's like, even, like, you felt good even about Nolan McClain last night.
You did.
And then he had to slip up there in the 6th inning, 7th inning, whatever it was. But then he gave up 3 runs.
They should be able to cover him, man.
But they should be able to cover it. You're right. All right, but he left a couple out there, so be it.
He's a young pitcher, man. He's supposed to be able to cover that.
The bats just completely dried up last night. And then, like you said, Devin Williams comes in, walks the first 2 hitters in the 9th inning, which is a recipe for disaster. And you knew where that was going.
Walked a hitter home.
And not only that, the first guy that he walked was on 4 pitches. Leadoff walk, a 4-pitch walk.
You can't throw a strike, man. Couldn't throw a strike last year. That's why he lost his job.
Yeah, he lost his job to who? Luke Weaver. How'd that work out? Oh, yeah, that's right. What team is Luke Weaver on now?
Package deal.
Here's the Met manager last night on the losing streak, now hitting a dirty dozen.
Sucks. It sucks because you're feeling good, especially with the way the game was developing there. You watch Nolan kind of dominating pretty much a whole lineup there for the first 5 innings. He left out Cutter to box him, but you still feel good about your chances, especially how Lindor sets the tone there with a 3-run homer. You feel like you're getting some momentum. After that, you couldn't do anything else.
And what about trying to dig out of this hole?
It's not an easy situation, obviously. We understand where we're at, but also knowing that there's a lot in front of us here. But we got to go out and do it. Obviously the history will tell you otherwise, but you're still believing in the players. You're still believing in the guys in that room. It takes one. So come back tomorrow, and that's the mentality.
We talking about define history in freaking April.
It's incredible.
We define the history in April, bro. That's what we doing.
Like I said, look at some of the worst teams in the sport. And baseball's the marathon sport, right? It's 162. You play the long game. How many, seriously, how many teams in the history of baseball have had 12-game losing streaks 3 weeks into the season?
When did the Mets have it in 2002?
August.
Okay. Well,
August. You knew they were a bad team by then. Now we know right out of the gate. And by the way, that team in 2002, which was a bad team, they finished with 75 wins. Do you know that team was 6 games over 500 at the end of April? And they still managed to lose 12 in a row later on in the summer. It's incredible.
If you're a Met fan, it's like, what do you do right now? You can't say, oh, this is because Juan Soto was hurt.
No.
You shouldn't have anytime you lose any great player, you shouldn't lose 12 in a row.
Nope.
So at this point, when you're bad, do you just, if you're a fan, do you just wish that you're historically bad so that you can get rid of some people and hard decisions have to be made?
Well, that's what it is, right? Would you fall on the sword right now as a fan, knowing that this is going nowhere? And also, look, the organizational history has to factor into this too. Anybody that's a lifelong Met fan will tell you, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong with the Mets. It just does, right? So there's no way that they're snapping out of this thing. Do you, to your point, you almost wish that this thing bottoms out
so
and gets so bad so then maybe they clean house?
But also so you can just tune out.
That's what's going to end up happening.
You know what I'm saying? If not, they just tease you along and give you hope. This is crazy, man.
It's you would think we're joking right now.
Who has the best record in the division? Is it the
It's the Atlanta Braves, who weren't supposed to be that good this year. And we're missing.
Stop me! How many times you've heard the Braves ain't supposed to be good anymore, or this year?
Yeah, because they have two guys in their starting rotation on the shelf before the year even started. Good pitchers, and that's the thing. Like baseball, we always say, you can't win the pennant in April, you can't win the division, you can't make the playoffs in April. But you know what you can do? You can play yourself out of it.
You can lose it.
And right now, you're talking about this team with the worst record in the entire sport. They are 8 games behind the Braves in the loss column, and it's April 22nd. 8 games. And look at some of the teams they're losing to during this stretch. Minnesota last night, they got swept by the A's. I mean, they lost the series to the Diamondbacks.
Well, the A's credit, they've been kicking the New York team's ass.
Yeah, but you know what the thing with the A's is? A's are good the A's are good on the road. When they got to play in their ballpark, the minor league stadium in Sacramento, that gets in their head. They're not very good at home.
That's because you can bunt a home run in their stadium.
It's unbelievable. So, Soto's back tonight. Yay. But at this point, Bart even said it. Does a Met fan right now just want this thing to continue to spiral? So maybe they will indeed clean house? And I'm not just talking about the manager. I'm talking about the guy who ultimately makes all the decisions because something's broken.
Okay,
something's broken, and it needs to be fixed.
But baseball is also a game of runs. So if they can lose 12 in a row, can they win 8 out of 12?
This homestand, which, by the way, was against Minnesota, Colorado, Washington.
The Cubs are coming up, right?
I think in a couple of weeks. Or no, but Minnesota, Washington, and Colorado. Those aren't great teams. So those 9 games, I said, you know what? The hole that they've dug themselves, you got to go at least 7-2. I thought somebody said, a lot of people thought 6-3. I said 7-2. These teams aren't that good. If the Mets are what you thought they were going to be, you should be able to win 7 out of 9. Well, now you're 0-1. They going to win 7 of the next 8 on this homestand? Probably not. Probably not. But we want to hear from you. 800-919-3776. Met fan therapy this morning. We will do plenty on the draft as this is Draft Day Eve 2026. What will the Jets and Giants do? They are going to be major power players in the first half of this first round. We'll get into the Knicks. Day off for them before they get back out on the court tomorrow against the Atlanta Hawks to see if they can retake control of this series. We'll go sideline to sideline. We're going to figure out if I'm a Nozzle a little bit later on in the program. Not me in particular, but just people in general. It's Dan, it's Bart. It is a Wednesday. It is ESPN New York. We're coming right back after this.
FanDuel is serving up a happy hour every day during the playoffs. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more with everything in between. You can find what you're looking for on FanDuel, and the best part, it's every single day. So whether you're betting the early game or gearing up for primetime, make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's waiting for you today. So head to FanDuel.com/local to get started during this playoff run. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. From profit boosts to bonus bets and more with everything in between, you can find what you're looking for on FanDuel, and the best part, it's every single day. Make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's waiting for you today. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions do apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
In Queens, the Cross Island Parkway is a mess. Northbound up by the arena and Belmont Park. Accident blocking at least one lane. LIE with a missing manhole cover. Left lane is closed. Westbound at the Queens line out of Little Neck Parkway. Eastbound side construction work by Douglaston Parkway. Left lane closed. BQE southbound, only 2 lanes are open. Southbound, westbound 278. Coming into the LIE, the northbound Bronx River Parkway in Westchester. Ramp to the Cross County Parkway West. That's closed because of a crash. Another accident by White Plains northbound at exit 19 on the Bronx River Parkway. 95 south in Connecticut at exit 14 at Norwalk. Accident blocking one lane. Heavy down from Stamford into Greenwich. And the Lincoln Tunnel is the heaviest Hudson River crossing coming in from New Jersey. Nearly a 1-hour delay. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
Hi, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. If you're looking at solar in New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, here's what actually matters. Real numbers, honest answers, and a team that handles everything. We manage the entire process from start to finish. Designs, approvals, installation, and even a brand new roof if you need one. We don't sell you more than your home actually needs. Just smart systems designed for long-term savings and predictable energy costs. Visit PrecisionSolar.com to schedule your free home assessment. Precision Solar, built to perform for decades.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
We all know winning means showing up stronger, faster, better than before. And when you're chasing that edge, The Drop by GNC cuts through the noise, bringing you the best new innovations in sports nutrition and performance. From muscle building and strength support to improved recovery and focus, we curate the newest drops from GNC Amp, Pro Performance, and Mega Min. Plus, Ghost, Raw Nutrition, Bucked Up, and the top new brands changing the game. No guesswork, just leveling up. Check out The Drop by GNC for what's new, what works, and what's next.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. And you know I love my cake. So I get that big birthday energy without any sugar guilt. The bottle's small, easy to toss in my bag, and perfect when I need a quick, tasty caffeine boost to cakeify my day. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
All right, the NFL draft is tomorrow night. New York is on the clock. That is right. The Jets pick 2nd and 16th. Giants are picking 5th and 10th, and Rick and Dave are breaking it all down live. Join ESPN New York's Couchcast, your second screen for the NFL draft. Real-time reactions, instant takes, everything New York fans care about. Watch along, react with us, and don't miss a single moment. ESPN New York's Couchcast on draft night tomorrow at 8 p.m. It's presented by Calandra's Bakery. It's Dan and Bart here on ESPN New York. Let's get to some phones. Mets losing, skidding, season spiraling out of control, all the above. Let's say hi to Ralph in Brooklyn, who's starting us off here on ESPN New York. Ralph, how are you? Ralph, you there?
Bang up job, man. Way to go. Way to kick the show off.
Ralph, you let us all down.
He didn't want to be great.
Imagine calling in and then, like, you're on hold. You're waiting on hold for, a decent amount of time. And then you get your shot and you drop the ball. You can't do that.
You guys, you got to stay locked in. And
locked in at the bare minimum. The bare minimum.
And that was a Mets call, so you know that.
And by the way, like, they called us. It's not like we called you. Like, they called us for a reason. They wanted to chime in. They wanted to contribute to the show, which we appreciate. But if you're making the call, man, we need you.
Maybe he was hiding out.
I don't know.
And his boss came by, had to hit the mute button.
On Earth Day?
Yeah, why am I here on Earth Day, by the way? Why?
Is that a company holiday? That's what we need to make. Imagine if, like, in our lifetime, Earth Day becomes a company holiday. Like, when I got on the road this morning, I was like, there's not that many people out on the road like there usually are at this time. It was like a lot of people off. Like, did they take Earth Day off? Are they playing hooky?
Well, it makes sense because Earth Day emissions, you don't want to drive. You want to take care of the Earth.
That's true.
See, now, here's what you do.
You sound like FIFA, by the way, in New Jersey Transit. Go ahead.
Boy.
Yeah.
If this were a company holiday, theoretically, and let's say you both have off,
yeah,
how would you be celebrating Earth Day right now?
I would be planting in the garden. I would be self-sufficient so I don't have to have emissions. I would be planting something in the garden so that I can enjoy later.
Like a tree?
No, hell no. Food. You talking about? Have you been to the grocery store lately, Tom?
Vegetables.
Have you been to the store? You know what the cost of eggs are?
You know how much the cost of oxygen is?
You know, papaya, oxygen's free, brother.
What does a papaya go for nowadays?
About 75 cents an ounce.
Times are tough, man.
I'll be honest. I like where your head's at. I don't even know if I've ever had a papaya in my life.
Are you, bro? Let me tell you.
Or at the very least, I can tell you, I've never bought a papaya.
No, let me tell you how I know you've had a papaya.
Sure.
What year were you born?
That would be 1999.
1999.
Party like it's 1999.
So at the height of Go-Gurts, right? That's the height of Go-Gurts.
Very sugary.
The applesauce that you suck through the little hole.
Yeah, I never bought into that one.
No diddy, right? And fruit cups. You lived your life in the height of the fruit cups, whether it was in elementary school or whether it was for your school lunch. All that syrupy stuff. Guarantee you had a tropical one with a papaya in it. Maybe two. They only give you like 2 papayas. 1 cherry, a bunch of pineapples.
Yeah, they never did that in,
remember those little
Catholic school growing up.
Hold on, bro. You never had a fruit cup.
No, I've had a fruit cup. I even have one for lunch today. I'm just saying they didn't give them out.
You have a fruit cup for lunch today?
You got a Lunchable too? What the hell you?
What do you? Like, so
what's the mini muffins? You know what I'm saying? You got the Hostess blueberry muffins.
Do you have? Is it pears or peaches? Like the little fruit cup of peaches, cut up peaches.
It's probably peaches.
And that disgusting, like you said, syrup.
Oh my God. No. Back in the day, we used to drink it. We used to think it was tremendous.
Now you're not drinking it.
You get that red dye 40. That little red cherry, that little half a cherry. It's like, Tom, man, you need to turn the page, man.
You got a fruit cup?
He got a fruit cup, and he got some Hostess. He got the Hostess blueberry muffins.
The chocolate chip ones used to slap.
Nah.
I used to eat the chocolate chip ones.
See, I would hate when you used to go to Costco's. You had to, you get the blueberry, but then they pair it with the chocolate. Like, come on, man.
You don't like mixing and matching?
I do, but like it's just like when you used to go buy the Jordans. They give you the Jordans that you want and then the Jordans that you don't want. And it's like, man, I don't want to buy these weak ass other Jordans. Like, why can't you pair the ones with the 4s or the ones with the 3s or the ones with the 11s? Like, why you keep putting these whack ones in here with this other one to make me buy these whack ass shoes that I don't want to wear?
Because I got to find a way to get rid of them. That's why.
My point.
There you go.
And that's what they do with the chocolate. They should have paired the chocolate with, like, you got the cinnamon crumble one, like it's like a crumble on
yes.
top. Yeah, that's tremendous.
Is that Snickerdoodle? Is that what they call it?
Yeah. You got the Snickerdoodle one. Then you got the strawberry one. But my second favorite is the banana one.
They do have the banana one.
The banana bread.
They've expanded. Like, they have a lot more
they
flavors
got strawberry
than they used
now.
to do back in the day. Like when I was eating those back in the day, they had I think 2 kinds. It was like chocolate chip and blueberry. Like, that's it.
Yeah,
those were dangerous, man.
Tom is living in a hot tub time machine. Dude say he brought a fruit cup to work
I can't believe he got a fruit cup, like the little like fruit cup for babies, like the little one like this.
When he checked out at the grocery store, they said, "Oh, how old are your children? They going on a field trip? What children?
It's like, no, that's for me.
What children? What children? Yo, grown
Do you
ass.
have the little plastic?
Yo, grown ass drinking simple syrup.
The little plastic spoon.
Nah, he old school. He popped the top.
Oh,
right? Do you pop the top, drink the juice, and then open it up and throw all the fruit down your throat, Tom?
He's on the phone right now.
I'm off the phone. Usually, it's part of the process. Usually, I do have one of those plastic spoons, but first you got to get all the liquid out of the top of that thing. Otherwise, it's going to spill everywhere.
He popped the top. I knew he was a pop the top guy.
I still like old school, like the applesauce, like in the cup. The applesauce is good.
Applesauce is baby food, man. I'm not eating no damn applesauce, man.
I told you, applesauce is my go-to, like, what needs to be on the plate on Thanksgiving. A side of applesauce.
Oh, my God. Don't ever invite me.
Swear to God.
Applesauce for Thanksgiving?
I'm the only one eating it, but I need applesauce.
Dan, you're not alone. We do that, too.
You do applesauce?
Yeah, with the cranberry sauce.
There you go.
Applesauce?
Yeah, applesauce, dude. Applesauce could be a meal.
Cranberry sauce is for the dressing. Put that on top of the dressing with the gravy.
Cranberry sauce, I just take a slice of it, and I just eat it solo.
You just eat the plain gelatin?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Tom, you're disgusting, man. Just plain. Who eats just Ocean Spray, cut out the can?
I don't do cranberry.
Cranberry.
I don't do the cranberries.
You got to be on something, Tom. You just eating it like Jell-O?
It's delicious.
Tom is a different cat.
You gotta. I can't believe we're talking about Thanksgiving, but you have to kind of plan this out. You know, you have to have a game plan when it comes to Thanksgiving, because you don't want to go too heavy into one particular thing, and then you got nothing left. You have no room left over for the stuff you really want, the good stuff, even dessert.
It's so odd that I'm not even gonna go there and let's say power rank this stuff.
No. You know what I forgot to say? I'm trying to remember who it was. It was somebody on the Jets last year, around Thanksgiving time, talking to the guys. Maybe Ray remembers. Somebody said for Thanksgiving, dessert first.
I mean, it depends on how early you're starting to eat. What are you going to eat, some pumpkin pie?
Yes, it was Adonai Mitchell. Dessert first.
Well, he's hypermetabolic. You know what I'm saying?
He's diabetic, yeah.
He's a little skinny dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But that would say, I don't know, would that ruin the palate though? Like if you're eating all the sweets and stuff first, and then you dig into the real meal?
No, because if it was sweet, then you eat something savory. It should be extra savory. Because you just push your taste buds to sweetness overload.
But you still have to at least let it sit for a little bit, right? So you get your appetite back, so then you can go and dig in with all the other stuff.
I mean, listen, eating Thanksgiving dinner is like a marathon. That's like a 12-hour consistently eating, watching football game type of task.
You got to space it out with the football.
You're eating from 12 o'clock to literally 9 o'clock.
Easy.
So it don't really matter the order you eat it in. You're gonna digest it and eat again. And eat. You basically eating lunch, dinner, and snack.
Yep.
All in the same time. You eat your 3 meals in one day.
You played on Thanksgiving once, right? 2010.
Yeah.
Against Cincinnati, the night game. So what did you do that year for Thanksgiving? You just did it the next day or something?
No, when I went home, I think I ate. I don't know.
At midnight? You played Thursday night that year.
I don't know.
You don't remember?
It's a lot of stuff about the Jet experience I had to
But you were good that year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, that's right. All right.
You guys went to the championship game. 800-919-3776. All right, let's say hi to Paul in Essex. He's up next here on ESPN New York. Paul, how we doing this morning?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about all the changes that the New York Mets made. I know that the hitters aren't hitting, the pitching isn't pitching, but I actually tend to look at the coaching this year. I mean, not only did they completely overhaul the players on the field, but also the coaches. There's no continuity there. I'm looking at first base coach. I mean, last year we were stealing bases. I know we're not getting on base, but I don't see that aggressiveness. I don't see the aggressiveness at third base to send a runner home on a single with a man on second base. And I certainly think we're missing Jeremy Hefner at pitching coach. We've seen some of these pitchers digress. I'm looking for your thoughts on that.
Paul, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. I mean, you're 1,000% right. And thanks for the phone. It's twofold. And he's right about some of the coaching. And look, ironically enough, Jeremy Hefner, if you remember, he survived as the pitching coach through, I think, 3 or 4 different managers. As the Mets were going through manager after manager after manager, whether it was Louis Rojas, Buck Showalter, Mickey Callaway, Jeremy Hefner was like the pitching coach for all these guys. So the organization kept him around. Now they get rid of him. He goes to the Atlanta Braves, and we just talked about it. Who's in first place now? Whose starting rotation is actually performing pretty well, missing 2 of their starters on the injured list? The Atlanta Braves. Antoine Richardson, who was the first base coach last year, who was their run game coordinator. Juan Soto stole almost 40 bases last year. Francisco Lindor, 30-30 season. Mets were one of the best base-stealing teams in the league last year. They didn't want to pay Antoine Richardson. Where is he right now? Oh, yeah, he's on the Atlanta Braves coaching staff. Isn't it funny how that works out? David Stearns blew out basically the entire coaching staff last year, save for Carlos Mendoza. That's not a ringing endorsement of the manager, is it?
You know, when you fire all those guys, the manager's usually up next.
Amen.
And I understand he got the vote of confidence, which is almost definitely meaning that you're about to get fired. But the thing is about having a new coaching staff, if you fire Mendoza, who do you trust or who do you even know to step in and be the manager for him?
That's what – so you're a smart guy, okay? You really are.
Stay there at the Holiday Inn Express.
You're a smart guy. Because that's my retort to every single person that I come across or talk to, whether it's friends, at whatever. Fire the manager. Fire the manager. And I say, fine. Who's taking over? Because you really think the guy sitting next to Carlos Mendoza, his bench coach, who they were just introduced to each other for the first time in like February, right before spring training, the guy sitting there with the Gloria Vanderbilt glasses on, who looks like he's half asleep during the games as the bench coach, he's not a fire and brimstone guy. He's going to be the one to light a fire under the ass of this team that's underperforming? The answer's no.
I'm like, who are you?
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
we don't know
this
who
guy's
you
never
is.
managed. And anybody who thinks, by the way, as long as David Stearns is in charge, you really think he's going to go and outside the organization and hire? Like, I saw somebody throw Joe Girardi's name out there because Joe Girardi's a fiery guy. You think David Stearns is going to bring in a Joe Girardi? Like, those two guys could ever coexist? Remember, as soon as David Stearns got the job, he fired Buck Showalter, a guy who's got like a Hall of Fame resume and who's not going to listen to any of this analytics garbage from upstairs. Stearns going to hire a manager that he can control. It's almost like the situation in the Bronx, for crying out loud.
Yeah. Well, at least that one worked out.
Well, right, and that's the thing, right? Like the Yankees, whatever. I know they haven't won a World Series, but they figure it out. At the end of the year, they're still going to be in the playoffs. They're still going to have a crack at it in October. They're going to be part of the crapshoot that they like to call it. The Mets, it's like it just keeps spinning out of control, out of control, out of control. Gosh, 800-919-3776. Quick timeout. More of your calls. We'll get into the draft and the Knicks a little bit later on as well. Dan and Bart, ESPN New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Believe me, people misunderstand that I wouldn't enjoy a run if they made it because it's my team and I'd like to see them do well. But what's frustrating is, to what end? I'm tired of being the little underdog. I'm tired of that narrative that exists around the Mets when they have all the advantages and then some compared to all the other teams in Major League Baseball.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-day parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I am grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Adam Schefter here. Did you know the average employer sorts through about 250 resumes for one job opening? Well, if you're hiring, here's good news. You can now review resumes and applications faster thanks to ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter's new feature, qualified candidates who are very interested in your job show up at the top of your list. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Let's go! Join DiPietro and Rothenberg this Thursday night for a special couch cast of Round 1 of the NFL Draft. Presented by Calandra's Bakery. The Jets and Giants now have 4 picks in the top 16, and Rick and Dave will react live as the first round unfolds. Plus, the guys will also react in real time to Game 3 of the Knicks-Hawks series. Catch it all in this YouTube-only exclusive, and it's all from Calandra's Bakery and ESPN New York.
Dan and Bart, ESPN New York on this Wednesday, 800-919-3776 telephone number. We'll get into the draft, get into the Knicks coming up at 11. Let's say hi to Jimmy in Montclair up next on ESPN New York. James, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Not bad. Could be better with these damn Mets. But, hey, this is giving me Jacob DeGrom flashbacks with McLean. We give him the smallest of leads possible, and then, boom, no decision again. It's ridiculous. Tickets were $3 in left field yesterday. I wouldn't even go for free. I live in North Jersey. It's a hike to get out there, and even if it was a weekend, it's ridiculous. It's not worth it.
Well, at least they have some of the best food. So
it is really good food. It is great food.
It is, but it's not worth me driving an hour or change or, paying parking $50 for that.
Well,
tell me this, Jimmy. How low do they have to drop the tickets for you to go?
How much lower can they drop than $3?
Exactly. I mean, they give you free. They give you free in the food stipend.
No way. I mean, I'm a Giants season ticket holder. I went to the game in Germany when they played the Panthers, but I mean, that's a whole different story. I mean, going from North Jersey to Citi Field, it's a hike now with no parking. Even if it was free, I wouldn't go at this point, honestly.
It is. If you're coming from Jersey to go to Queens, it's 2 rivers you got to cross, which is a pain. Look, Jimmy, I hear you, man. I really and truly do, and thanks a lot for the phone call. And look, I can't believe we're even having this discussion on April 22nd about the season being in peril. But look, I know they're thinking of it.
$3, and he couldn't even find like a nephew or something or a son.
Well,
to
remember,
even take.
It was a cold night too. You know what I mean? It was like in the 40s with the wind whipping out there. Like, nobody's going to want to sit out there and watch a baseball game, even if they were good. I went to a game McClain pitched a couple weeks ago on a Thursday night. It was freezing, and that was a game again. He pitched well. Bullpen blew the lead. Same type of deal, and he's right about that. Like, we saw this with DeGrom. Like, DeGrom go out there, pitch great, and he never would have anything to show for it because either the offense wouldn't help out, the bullpen would blow the lead.
You know you're being historic when, like, you may get up and First Take, who never talks baseball. That's how you know it's bad.
Well, they're doing it because they're showing the tweet from the Twins because the Twins trolled them, which is really like, you know what, from Minnesota, like the social media team. Like the Twins of all people are dunking on the Mets.
Like, come on, man.
Like the Twins haven't won anything in like forever.
Have some self-awareness.
I mean, Mike.
Because the same thing make you laugh, make you cry.
Exactly. The Twins? Like, I mean, I could see if it was like the Dodgers doing it. All right, that's one thing.
Well, let's see if this gets them going.
He's right. He's like, it's like the Browns dunking on the Jets. You know what I mean? It would be something like that.
Which was funny because Anthony, Chris Carter yesterday saw a clip of him talking about,
Chris Carter, the wide receiver?
Yeah, talking about he still kind of does podcast stuff.
Right.
Talking about by far the Jets are in a worse situation than the Browns. I say, what? They got a coach that's never been a coach before for the first time, and he's taking over the Browns. He has the Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson type of debacle going on. He has one great player, had no offensive line, had to rebuild the entire offensive line. Who knows how that works? And no running back that I can think of.
You know what I saw yesterday from one of the Browns OTAs or whatever? One of the reporters was filming it or whatever. Quincy, like, diving to break up a pass, and then he got up and he did his, like, Street Fighter, like, the uppercut selling. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. He's in Cleveland now.
I totally forgot he was in Cleveland. But he took over. It's like a lateral move because the kid that he replaced went and got paid big money.
Who was that left there? I can't even – this is the part of the offseason.
Bush or somebody like that. Devin Bush, maybe linebacker. Bush, he left. They lost him in free agency. He was a good inside linebacker. They're going to lose. They lost the Mougey kid, right? He had to retire. The African from
Africa.
No. He was from Notre Dame. Remember, he got paid a lot of money.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
That's what I said.
Close. No, he had a he had a heart condition. I remember because that draft. I can't remember what draft it was. I was talking to somebody like leading up to the draft, and he was still on the board like when round 2 came around. And I said,
"No, he got hurt. His neck."
Right, but he also had a
that's before,
which they didn't want to like. Basically, none of these insiders
heart murmur or something like that.
Right, they didn't broadcast that because they didn't want to sabotage the kid. But like people in the within the NFL knew that he had the heart thing, and they didn't want. But right. And it was a neck thing that ultimately finished him. And good, he had some career.
Yeah, he got paid money. He was a really good. But so now, Metabike too. He had to have neck surgery like a couple of days ago.
And he's going to be able to play though, right? They said.
I mean, but who has neck surgery?
That's dangerous. Well,
twice.
That's the decision you got to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, like, is it worth the risk?
That's when they ask you to sign that waiver. Or get back some of your guaranteed money.
That ain't a pleasant waiver. Let's say hi to our friend David in Elizabeth, who was up next here on ESPN New York. D, how we doing?
What's going on, Dan? What's going on, Bart?
What up?
Jet guys, I have to talk some Jet football.
Do it.
So,
So over the weekend, right, I met some of your teammates in Edison. They came and, they were doing an autograph signing. I mentioned Darrelle Revis, right? I mentioned you, right? And, the first thing he started doing, he started smiling like, man, Bart, that's my guy. You have that effect on everybody.
Who was
your
it?
name, right? I seen Darrelle Revis.
Oh, Revis Rice was out there? I call him Teddy P.
Dave, let me ask you a question real quick. Was that at like the Woodbridge Brewery or something like that?
Nah, I'm going to go to that one this weekend where Mark Gaston was supposed to be there. I went to the one in Edison.
Supposed
it
to
was at Expo.
At the convention center or whatever down there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Bart, you know what's crazy? Of course, you're always 100% right, not jocking or nothing. Yo, Derrick Henry in person, oh, my God, this guy is like an Adonis, pause. Like, bro, crazy. I'm like, yo, he don't got no body fat. Crazy,
yeah, it's like a dedicated Brandon Jacobs.
Yeah. Yo, Bart, real quick before I get into the whole draft thing, you have this effect on everybody. I said your name to Darrelle. He starts smiling. He's like, yo, that's my guy. Next thing you know, like 3 fans behind me, yo, we met him at Jets camp. Beautiful human being. Pictures, said hello to everybody, signed everything. Yo, man, I wish everybody was like that. And to be honest, I'm going to be honest, because you brought this up yesterday. I wish all athletes had the humane, the way you act. Like, you just, like, you're a human being that respects everybody, I
appreciate it.
He even offered me a cup of coffee like a half hour ago, David. True story.
See? Man,
he said coffee. You know how hot it is in here?
It is.
He's like, I got back burner all down.
73 degrees in the studio.
He got back burner all down his shirt, man, and he still won't take that aloe hoodie off.
Oh, yeah. You know how Dan is,
supposed to rain
Dan
today,
likes to be preppy and clean.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, look, this is all I want to say, man. Tomorrow's a big day. I honestly don't care who they pick. As long as there's one of them in there, impact player, and our team could turn around moving forward. Like that's really what I'm going for, man. I hope they hit on these picks and they do the right thing, and we get this going in the right way, man. Mets letting me down, Knicks let me down. Come on, man. Like, we got to get this right, gentlemen.
Dave, you know what concerns me? What concerns me is now we were the power brokers, right? Now we're not the power brokers. Now I'm concerned that the Giants can either help us or hurt us. They can help us because if they take Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs, then that's moving up. That's taking bodies away that maybe we can get the receiver that we want. But if they decide that they want a receiver in that spot, then that can hurt us because now that's another team that wants the position that we want. And, they're in the top 10, so they get to pick first. They get to pick the receiver that they want. They'll likely get Lemon or get Tyson or get Tate. And that may be somebody that messes us up. So now I'm nervous because now we were the power brokers where we can move up and move back. But now people are going to be calling the Giants to try and see what they want to do if they can move up. And it may cost us our 44th pick to move up to try and get high enough to get the receiver that we want, which when you think about having 4 picks in the top 44, you think that, man, I can get all impact great players. And now you may have to get, a defensive tackle. Or, if you get the defensive player, of course, you get the offensive player, you may have to take 44, move back up, and maybe you get the guard from Penn State, and then you just got to be happy with that.
Giants might even surprise and get him at 10 now that they have that second pick. Remember, the Giants don't have a right guard.
No, most definitely, Bart and Dan. I agree with you guys. I hope Mougey is pivoting to make the right move, and supposedly just following all Jet content. They're saying that he's ahead of he's ahead of schedule, thinking of moves like this because he sees that the Giants of New York will be probably stepping on our toes as usual.
Yep.
Well, Dave, here's the thing, man. And thanks for the call as always. And we're going to go to break and we're going to get into the draft here at 11 o'clock. But I will say this, and you've probably, if you've paid attention close enough, there have been these rumblings throughout the process. And I checked in with some people yesterday. Bottom line is this, Bart. Not a great draft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's
so
not the consensus is this is not a great draft. So point being, where the Jets are at 16, you may not even find teams universally that agree that there are even 16 players in this draft that have bona fide first-round grades on them. So if you're sitting there at 16 like the Jets are, you might be in real estate to look to move up or to look back, depending on how this board plays itself out. So my point is that tomorrow, pack your patience because the Jets could be active for good or for bad in the middle of that first round there, and we'll see what happens. We'll get into it in a little bit more detail here coming up in just a second, but want to remind you first, the Michael K. Show Reverse Remote coming up tomorrow, April 23rd, presented by Floor & Decor, full show takeover with everything you need to upgrade your home while we break down everything happening in New York sports. If you're in Brooklyn, stop by Floor & Decor's flagship store at 850 3rd Avenue, because while we're on the air, there's plenty happening in the store. Michael K. Show Reverse Remote. It is presented by Floor & Decor. We talk draft next. It is Dan and Bart on this Wednesday, ESPN New York.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
This trade was highway robbery. Dexter Lawrence, I think he'll be good for Cincinnati. You save so much money. You move on from a guy that didn't want to be here, coming off an awful season. Got the 10th pick in the draft for this guy. For an unhappy non-quarterback coming off a very down year, sign me up every single day.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Wow, that's a lot of distractions. Why don't you just focus on the road?
Relax, I'm a great driver.
What about other drivers? Not everyone's a great driver.
I can watch out for them. I'll be fine.
Watch out! In 2023, more than 3,200 people died due to distracted drivers. Keep your eyes on the road. This message brought to you by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
All right, hour two. We are rolling along on this Wednesday, Draft Day Eve 2026. Dan and Bart right here on ESPN New York at 800-919-3776. That is the telephone number. Bart, we made it. You know, I mean, I know we haven't made it because tomorrow's the draft, but like we've basically made it, okay?
The hay's in the barn.
The hay's in the barn. You know, forget about all the speculating, and, you know, we have one more day of it, but for the most part, it's out.
You know what I always laughed about? But it was always interesting. Like, as you can see, that the guys came back and off-season conditioners has started and all that stuff. Like, they throw a lot earlier before. Like, it used to be that you couldn't throw. like when you first got, it was just straight working out. Now guys put the helmets on and start throwing passes like early. But like you want the players to be excited, right? Because the draft's coming. We're going to get better. It's going to be guys that's going to come here and help us win. And then if you one of the guys, you like, they may be drafting my replacement or they may be drafting or the position that they might be trying to improve on is my position. You're like, oh, hell no. You know, like, oh, y'all trying to replace me?
Right. It's like as an active player, you're like, well, I got to worry about my own business. Like, but maybe I'll keep one eye on the draft, see who we take.
But if you know if it's the first round, oh, you on deck, Claude. If he ain't going to take your job, but they ain't going to get my opportunity this year, it's definitely next year.
Well, like you said, though, like New York, let's face it, they run the draft. You know, Jets at
which is a beautiful thing and a sad thing all at the same time.
Because you're picking that high for the most part because you're not good. Now, look, they got a couple of extra picks because of other teams' misfortunes, but still, you know, shrewd moves to make those trades. If you're the Jets, okay, we've known for weeks, months that Fernando Mendoza is going number 1. So the draft starts at number 2 with the Jets.
So we get the best player. We get to pick the best. We get the first pick at the. This is not third. We get to pick the best player that we want.
The best player not named Fernando Mendoza in this draft.
Now, what if Arizona calls you and say, hey, we want to move up? Or what if the Giants say, hey, we want to move up because we want to make sure that we can get Jeremiah Love before Tennessee? Because it could be a sweet spot. I mean, we think that Arizona is the sweet spot, right? Because teams may say, hey, I want Sonny Styles or I want Arvell Reese, and they may be willing to jump up. And Arizona's a team that needs a lot of work, a lot of help. So they may be wanting to acquire like a additional first-round draft pick or something like that. Or Dallas wants to jump the Giants, right? Because they may say, hey, you know, like what does that look like? That's what I want to see. I want to see the moving. And Mougey has been one of the best in the business, man.
When it comes to trades, he has 100%.
He's definitely kept our attention that way. So it'd be interesting to see like what Mougey can work. Do you move up or do you move down? I mean, you have four picks in the first 44, more picks than anybody, you know, and you can move up. Now, I would love them to keep all 4 of those picks, but if they have to move one up to get 3 elite instant impact players, and it's like we all agree on it, I can't be mad at that.
Now, look, going back to what we were talking about a few minutes ago and the fact that most people universally don't regard this draft as being a very good one or a very deep one. You know, like you don't have a lot of blue chippers in this. There's going to be your hidden gems, as we know, like there is throughout. But to a lot of teams, what you're hearing is that once you get to like the middle of that first round, late teens, right around 20, the difference between, Bart, let's say, okay, the guy that's going to come off the board at 18, for example, there's not that much difference between that guy and the guy that's going to be taken at like 28 or 29. So if you are one of those teams, like where the Jets are at 16, let's say, and if a player that you don't necessarily love is not there on the board that you could take, you could swap down a good number of spots, pick up extra draft capital, and then take a guy, let's say, in the back half of the first round who's really going to be no different than the one you would have taken at 16 if you stayed according to your board. But there's a lot of variables just in the top 10. Hell, forget about the top 10, the top 5 that could swing this draft. You know, like you said, Tennessee's sitting there at number 4. What's Robert Saleh thinking, right? Does he want to go out there and get a middle linebacker like Sonny Styles that's going to be able to run his defense? Or does he see a guy like Caleb Downs potentially?
They spent a lot of money, man. They spent a lot of money. And I think the first thing and where Robert Saleh messed up, first thing you have to do is support your young quarterback. Well, and to do that, I think it should be Love or Tate. It should be you have an opportunity to get the best offensive player on the board. I think he has to do that. And I think that's what the fear is. You know, Arizona may take Love.
Well, Jeremiah Love is absolutely a wild card in this draft. And he's going to have a big say as to how this top 10, let's say, is going to play itself out. Because, look, there's some people that'll tell you Jeremiah Love might be the best football player in this draft. But because, unfortunately, he's a running back, that's going to cloud a lot of people's judgments as to when is too early to be able to take this guy, even though he's supremely talented. You know, like, look at Arizona 3, right? There's been some smoke that maybe Arizona's going to take Jeremiah Love. You got Mike LaFleur, who's out there now as an offensive coach, needing some playmakers for whoever the heck their quarterback is going to be, right? Do you get a guy who's versatile and can do a bunch of things, whether it's in your run game, he can help out your pass game? That's what Jeremiah Love could do for you, but is it too early to take a running back at number 3? Right?
I mean, I don't think you can say that with Bijan Robinson, some of the great running backs we have right now. He's not only just a running back, he's seen as a weapon as well. And you got to get a guy, that can help him and Cam Ward. I don't know how athletic Cam Ward is. I don't think he's Lamar Jackson. He's more like, my opinion, maybe
he's
Jalen
more
Hurts. Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts as far as his athleticism.
They were why am I blanking on his name? Who the heck was? Why am I blanking on his name? Who's the nickelback that Jets traded for last year from Tennessee? Why am I blanking? He got injured. Remember, he came over. Oh my gosh, why am I? Ray, help me out. From the Titans. Remember they? Oh my God, this is driving me crazy. No,
Jarvis Brownlee?
Jarvis Brownlee Jr. Thank you, Thomas. It's Tom Bauer, by the way. Jarvis Brownlee, who played with Tennessee, obviously played with Cam Ward. He told me that the problem that Cam Ward got into last year with the original coaching staff, remember the Brian Callahan who started the year, he said that system that they had him running out there was not suited for his strengths. They were so in his ear, get rid of the ball, but like quick hitters.
But he still showed flashes to me.
He showed flashes, but they had to blow out that staff, and he's best suited for just airing the ball out down the field. But they were just constantly like, quick hitters, get out of the, you know what I'm saying? Put the ball in your playmaker's hands. And they didn't have a lot of playmakers. So I want to see now if he's able to just go out there and play and not think as much what he could do. But look, that's Tennessee's problem. That's not our problem right now. If you're the Jets, because let's start there, right? Draft starts at number 2. Let's say they're not trading out of the pick, okay? It's going to be one of 2 guys probably.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a sense right now as to what the right pick is, Reese or Bailey?
I prefer Bailey, in my opinion, simply because he's the guy that I don't have to project what he can be, right? I already know that he's a good player. I already know that we were asking him to do something that we've seen him do, right? Opposed to when you look at the, Reese, we're trying to project him to be able to do something that we haven't seen him do.
Right.
Can he come down and be Michael Parsons? Michael Parsons, for the most part, was an inside linebacker his first year. It wasn't until the second year where they projected him that, hey, we can get more value out of him. He may have some pass rushing ability. I always ask myself, will Arvell Reese be Michael Parsons, or will he be Isaiah Simmons? And that scares me, right? Because we've seen these.
Don't go there, please.
We've seen these unicorns that's supposed to be, jack of all trades. I think the best thing that happened, to who's the kid in Jacksonville?
Josh Hines.
No. The draft pick last year, Hunter. Right? The best thing that happened to Travis Hunter, they're going to tell his ass, man, you're a corner. You know what I'm saying? You're a corner.
Which he's going to be.
We're not going to be a corner and a receiver. We're not going to be trying to, do all this stuff, man. Let's just focus on mastering and being great at one thing.
Now, Micah Parsons, remember, even though it was first year, he was playing in a little bit of a different role. He still had 13 sacks, right? He got after the quarterback, and he still produced. Here's what I'll say about Reese, and we don't know the answer to this question. All right, you look at the production, whereas David Bailey was a guy in college, go get the quarterback, he got the quarterback. Reese only had, I want to say off the top of my head, 97 pass rush opportunities last year with Ohio State. He had 6.5 sacks. Who's to say that if Reese was told on a more consistent basis, hey, go get the quarterback, that he wouldn't have had more than 6.5 sacks? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles, I think, and I keep asking every insider that comes here, whether it was Jordan Reed or whether it was Phil Yates, I'm asking them simply, if we project that Arvell Reese is a guy that's big enough to set the edge, that he's tremendous inside and he could be a pass rusher maybe, why are we saying the same thing about Sonny Styles? Because last I checked, when I saw them side by side, Sonny Styles was faster, was just as strong or stronger, and more explosive with the vertical. And he's a bigger guy anyway. He's 6'4".
The Styles kids are genetic freaks, by the way.
Well, and the thing is, you talk about he's pedigree. Just like Clay Matthews coming out. Right? So, why wouldn't Sonny Styles be ranked ahead of Arvell Reese? If he we know that he can handle more responsibility because he wore the green dot.
Right.
And he called a pro-style defense. Now, if he came here, he wouldn't have to because Mario Davis is there. But why couldn't you be able to sink him down and be able to do that? Sink him down as far as like our sink front, where you take the inside linebacker that I used to play and you set the edge.
Matt
I mean,
Patricia,
I know if I
by
can
the way,
set the
was
edge.
the DC at Ohio State, so that
Right,
as
that's what I'm
Bart said,
saying.
it was a pro-style defense. Yeah.
So I know if I can set the edge at 245 and set the edge in our sink fronts and blitz off the edge, at 6'4", he's Calvin Pace height.
You know what we were talking about before the show? Like with that Ohio, how the hell did Ohio State not win a national championship with that defense?
Because the quarterback.
Right, because Julian, and they didn't even come close. I mean, they knocked the crap out of Fernando Mendoza in the championship game, but they didn't beat him. But we're all these dudes. I mean, you got like how many top 10 picks potentially on that defense?
Yeah, and
they didn't win the championship.
Even Fat Boy should be early second.
Caden McDonald,
Yeah.
run stuffer,
Yeah.
very good. Very good. And Caden McDonald, by the way, a couple of months ago.
What if the Jets got him at 33?
Caden McDonald, a couple months ago, he was projected maybe to go to the Jets at 16. If he's still there at 33, thank you. He's one of the guys, thank you.
But okay, he's there. What if the Penn State guy's there?
Who?
The guard.
He ain't there at 33.
Okay.
No.
So what about the kid from Toledo? What about Cooper? What about Boston?
33. Am I taking a receiver at 16? But I also got to think.
But what if somebody falls like Caleb Downs sitting there at 16? Somebody's
going to fall.
Somebody, two people are going to fall.
The other problem too is how about corner? Corner's a position they got to address.
What's about the kid? What about the kid from Tennessee?
McCoy,
the one that was hurt.
The medicals are like each day. I see a different report. About his knee and stuff.
No risky, no bit. At some point, one of these picks, 33, or one of these picks got to be because if Jordan Tyson's there, do you not take him because you're worried about the medicals?
No, I'm taking him.
My point.
If he falls to 16, I'm taking him.
If he's sitting there at 13,
they're trading up to get him.
You see what I'm saying? Like you got a chance.
A lot of teams are going to too.
You got a chance. You got a chance to get a guy that's better than your number one.
Look, there's a lot of guys, by the way, obviously coming into the draft, and this is up to the organizations. They all have not all, but a lot of guys have red flags. Do you take them? Do you not take them? This, that, and we've had guys that are coming into the draft flagged because of certain injuries potentially, and they go out there and they like play 10 years in the league and they barely miss a game. You know what I mean? Like you just don't know.
I mean, Thomas Davis had 3 ACLs, man. He played 13,000 years. You know what I'm saying? off of 3 ACLs.
No, he kept getting hurt and he kept coming back. All right, let's get some calls up here. 800-919-3776. Let's say hi to Tessa in West Caldwell up next here on ESPN New York. Hello, Tessa.
I know she all jacked up on Mountain Dew, boy. She got 2 of them. You got rid of your fat boy, though. Did you see your fat boy looking like a solar eclipse?
Woo!
Yeah, he was blocking some light.
Thank you so much, guys, for taking my call. I appreciate it. I definitely want to make a comment about the Giants, but I'm going to be honest with you. Listen, I'm hanging all the way to the rim. I mean, my whole body is in the rim, not just dangling. Because we up 2-0. Yeah. The King is doing kingly magic things.
Okay.
And you guys lost. Like, your Pistons lost, which I'm very surprised.
Oh.
You know I do like the Pistons.
You going there. So, well, everybody lost. Boston lost.
I'm going there.
I got you.
Salty.
I got you.
2-0. Nobody gave us a chance to win nothing.
You
played yesterday.
You playing Houston, but you playing Houston.
Who cares? It doesn't matter. They said they couldn't win without Luka. They couldn't win without Reeves. LeBron don't got it no more. Did you see that freaking move?
I know.
It did the reverse Yamaha.
Yeah. But I also saw that y'all was tripling KD because y'all scared of KD. Y'all, nobody want to take that smoke by themselves.
Who's not scared of Slim Reaper? Come on, KD still got it too. But you triple him. I don't care. Do what you got to do as long as we win.
But here's the thing, Tessa. This is maybe a 1-round celebration for you because you got to play the varsity after this.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? I'm gonna take it though. I'm gonna take it because if Luke and Reeves can't play, I mean, how much further can we go? But right now, I'm hanging through the rim, and you guys lost.
Well, listen. I know you like Vince Carter. You like Vince Carter in the dunk contest when he put his elbow on the rim. Hang on that thing all you want, baby, because the same thing make you laugh. The same thing make you laugh, make you cry. And we gonna have to take belt to ass to Disney today. You know what I'm saying? When we play the Orlando Magic, we're gonna put belt to ass. And we're gonna rescore.
I hope so.
We better.
Look what happened to the Celtics last night. There was a friend of mine, you know, Sean over at SNY, Sean Gilman.
Yeah,
He's a big Sixers guy. I talked to him yesterday. I said, "Well, you have any confidence in the series?" He's like, "I hope they cancel the rest of the series." Then they go out there and they win last night to tie it up.
I mean, you saw the Wolves beat the Nuggets. The playoffs are getting off to a crazy start. So, you know, circle the rim. Yeah, you should be. You should be batting. You should be feeling so great, Tessa. And you got 2 picks in the top 10. So now, not the Jets. The Giants control the draft. They control the draft now because if they want to move down to 12 or somebody want to move up to get somebody at 10, you know, Harbaugh, when he was a member of the Ravens, they were tremendous with this type of stuff, knowing that their player is going to fall. Getting a guy like Kyle Hamilton, you know, get him late because he drops. We know somebody's going to drop. So do they get the value pick, the big pick at 5, and then turn 10 into maybe 12 or 13 and still get their guy, still get a guy like Jordan Tyson or still get somebody because some people are going to be scared of Jordan Tyson because of the medicals in the top 10 or at 12. So do they do that and then get somebody second because you guys don't have a second? So we're going to see is Shane got any juice left or is Harbaugh coming?
He's not running anything.
No, he's not running anything.
It's going to be all Harbaugh.
Tessa, what do you want with the 2-1s? Do you want offense, defense? What do you want with the 2-1s you have?
Okay, so one pick I feel is sexy and the other one is not. I'm going to be honest with you. I want Caleb Downs. That man is a beast. I really want a safety. I want him. And then the other pick, I'm going to be honest with you. I need the O-line. I need an offensive. If it's a guy good enough in the, for the top 10, I want an O-line.
Vega from Penn State, if he's there at 10.
We need it.
But what I'm saying is if it's Vega, right, because Harbaugh always believes in running the football, if it's Vega, I think you move back because I think you can get Vega in top 15.
Oh, I agree with you 1,000%.
Because you got Maganoa, you got Fanu. You know what I'm saying?
Falele, though, I don't want Falele starting.
Yeah, no. but I'm saying is you got Fanu, Fanu. You got Fanu out there who people
you're talking
can project
about the other
him.
lineman.
Yeah. I'm talking about Fanu. I know Falele, but I'm saying you got 3 linemen that can be there.
That will be in the top 15. So that's why number 5, I want to go Caleb Downs. Then I do want to trade that 10th pick, and then I do want to get an O-lineman. So I want to go defense, offense. I want to go get an O-lineman, whether that's 12, 15, whatever that pick is. But I am just so high off on that safety with Downs. I really am.
See, but I feel like you may be able to go get the guy from you may be able to get the guy from Toledo. I'll tell you what, if Love is there, I'm taking him. If Tate is there, I might have to take him. Well, Tate's going to be there.
At what number?
I might take him at 5. I might take him at 5 if he's there.
Carnell Tate at 5? You're taking a wide receiver at 5?
It's important for me to get somebody opposite of Neighbors. That's Neighbors coming back that can come out, and I need a safe guy. I need a guy that I can count on. I can't have a guy that's an experimental guy.
You know what I'm thinking about? Like, because you got me going with the O-line. I'm just looking at this order. Miami's at 11.
Yeah.
Remember, you got new people down there. They know they need to build a physical football team. They got to get tougher in the trenches. Vegas seems like he'd be a hell of a fit for them down there. In the interior lineman, a tough dude.
Yeah, but how sexy is the interior lineman?
It's not, but
but they need tackles though. So do you take the tackle first?
What if they're not?
Remember, tackle not there at 11.
Maybe
it's 3 tackles that people believe in. Manoa, right?
Manoa, by the way, you see that he may feature at guard down the road.
Listen,
I'm just saying.
Listen, Damon Woody played center, played guard at a high level, and played tackle. I'm not putting that label on that kid. That kid dominated on a team that went to the national championship, and he's nasty at the right side. So miss me with he has to be. He's a guy that moves
He's another
inside.
guy, and I feel bad for him. He's another guy, like every day there's like a new ailment that people are reporting about him. He's got some freaking like neck thing, this and that. I'm like, dude, like let the guy just get
no. That's what they do. That's what they do. They're trying to smoke screen the hell out of everybody. But if you believe, you believe. So give me that right there.
You know and again, this is going to be the first draft here with Harbaugh and everybody. You brought up Baltimore and how they drafted.
Mm-hmm.
That was still rooted from Ozzie. You know this.
Well, but Eric DeCoste is that guy. Eric DeCoste turned down more general manager jobs than anybody.
But he learned from Ozzie.
Listen, Ozzie's going to still be there. Ozzie's still there.
No, but my point is that philosophy. You know what I mean? And it translated down to Harbaugh, too. Remember, look at how Baltimore, like I say this every year, like with free agency, look at how Baltimore handles free agency. They're never like the highest spenders. They're never that guy on the first day that's, signs the hot free agents or whatever. Dude, they lie in the weeds, and then they get going like day 2, day 3. They're very deliberate.
Hey, Ray Deasy, how about Didn't I call my own shot when I said watch DJ Reader be here? I said you change Dexter Lawrence. DJ Reader's pretty much a guy that you'll miss Sexy Dexy, but you won't miss him as much as you think. So if you're able to get cheap, you get money, because now the Giants got money to spend. They can go get somebody in the post June 2nd cuts. They can go get some people, and now they'll have DJ Reader, and then he'll still plug up and protect you got to double him too now, and he's only 31 years old. You got to double him too now. So the outside guy. Now what's interesting is if all these pass rushers get taken, at what point does somebody call and say, I got a second for you, Giants, for Kayvon Thibodeau?
Well, you got to think at some point, right? Like, when are they going to move on from him? Because all we heard about is that he's getting traded. So when is it going to happen?
Draft day. Watch. Because guess what? Kyle Van Noy is going to be on his team.
Is he rehabbing an injury?
No.
He's just out there still.
Correct.
I didn't know if he was injured.
Watch what I tell you, bro. Kyle Van Noy is going to be on this team.
Kyle Van Noy he played for he was okay in New England, as we know.
He was great in Baltimore. He was great. Last year only had 2 sacks, but he got 23 sacks in 3 years with Baltimore.
He's a player. He's a player. And if they move on from Thibodeau, like you said, that's a perfect fit.
He's leadership.
Yeah.
He's veteran leadership. He's a leader in there that's going to carry Harbaugh's message, that's going to keep guys intact, keep guys, in line. He's the guy that's going to make sure that the locker room don't go crazy with revolts.
When we come back, Tom's going to go sideline to sideline. You are going to hear from some potential draft targets for the Jets and the Giants. How about that? Because Tom is working hard getting that for you. Plus more of your calls at 800-919-3776. It is Dan and Bart. It is Draft Day Eve right here on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Bridges, far side baseline. Pull-up jumper, missed it. Atlanta wins.
The Hawks.
Atlanta comes in and highway robbery. They steal game 2 to even up the series.
The NBA playoffs.
This shouldn't keep happening, and I think that's the biggest concern I have. Am I worried they're going to lose a series? No.
Game 3 coverage gets underway Thursday night at 6 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
FanDuel is serving up a happy hour every day during the playoffs. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. And the best part? It's every single day. So whether you're betting the early game or gearing up for prime time, make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's there waiting for you today. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel is serving up a happy hour every day during the playoffs. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. And the best part? It's every single day. So whether you're betting the early game or gearing up for prime time, make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's there waiting for you today. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA.
21 and over, physically present in New York, option required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Believe me, people misunderstand that I wouldn't enjoy a run if they made it, because it's my team and I'd like to see them do well. But what's frustrating is, to what end? I'm tired of being the little underdog. I'm tired of that narrative that exists around the Mets when they have all the advantages and then some compared to all the other teams in Major League Baseball.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Okay, team. Huddle up.
Why are you dressed like a hockey player?
Because America's energy security is on thin ice. We're facing an overburdened electric grid, rising fuel costs, and severe weather. But here's your power play. Propane. It's affordable, abundant, safe. Propane is reliable energy, even when the grid isn't. Advantage Propane.
Learn more at propane.com/powerplay.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Dan and Bart, ESPN New York on this Wednesday. It's time for Game Time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Tonight, little baseball, 6:45, Yanks, Boston, facing the Sox, seeing if they could go 2 for 2 against their friends to the north. Mets, meantime, they will look to once again stop the bleeding, as difficult as that may seem. 7:10 first pitch. They take on the Twins. Our coverage begins right here at 6:30 on ESPN 880. And that is Game Time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. It is Wednesday. It is thereabouts 11:30. We've got a lot of football news to get to, and what better way to do so than to turn things over to our friend, the great Tom Bauer. He loves two things more than anything else in this world. One is a damn nice fruit cup, and the other is Sideline to Sideline.
It's going to happen.
This is Sideline to Sideline. Go, go, go. With Bart and Carlin.
The almighty fruit cup. You can't forget about that.
No, not at all.
Very, very important. All right, so what's been going down lately is, if you take a look on Twitter, there's been some new draft prospect sound, specifically from David Bailey, Jordan Tyson. We're going to be getting into that here. Now, the first thing that David Bailey is I'm going to play from you guys, is he's going to address the canceled 30 visit that he had with the Jets. But before I play David Bailey's comments about that, here's what Darren Mougey had to say about that.
I'll say this, with top 30s, every team uses them differently and has different ways of using that mechanism. Some don't even use the top 30s at all, right? I would say for us, when we do top 30s, every single player and case is different. Sometimes I want this player to meet with our player engagement department. Sometimes I want this player to meet with our sports performance. Sometimes it's purely medical. Sometimes it's a recruiting process. Sometimes it's a smoke screen. And in regards to David, we had good touch points with him at the Combine. We went to his pro day, had a good dinner with him, and we were just kind of juggling our 30 and how to use them, and I wouldn't look too much into a cancellation because there was other ones that we may have changed as well.
So Darren Mougey says don't look too much into it. David Bailey, how have you interacted with the Jets so far, and you addressed your canceled 30 visit here.
It's been good, man. I've talked with Monty on the phone a couple of times. Obviously, they canceled my 30 visit, so I wasn't able to get around the facility and kind of have like an in-depth conversation with all the staff and everything. But I had a great interaction with them at the combine, and then obviously like whatever FaceTime calls we've been having. So,
I know his head is spinning.
Yeah.
Because he's met with 1 million people. But, Tom, you want to play that cut again and listen to what he referred to somebody at the Jets as?
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's been good, man. I've talked with Monty on the phone a couple of times.
Who's Monty?
Obviously, they canceled my 30 visits.
Who's Monty? He's the GM of the Arizona Cardinals. Monty Ossenfort. But did he mean Mougey? You think he meant Mougey?
Yeah, I probably meant Mougey. Mougey, Monty, tomato.
Again, like I said.
But this is the thing. He don't control it. So it don't matter if he know the GM who he was talking about or not.
My point is this, though. They, as you heard Darren Mougey say, these teams, they dissect everything about these guys. They will talk to their third-grade teachers if they're going to invest this premium of a pick. The fact that he misspoke and didn't know the general manager's name, is that a detail they're willing to overlook?
Brother, I'm on this show every day. And I don't know half the people's names I be saying because it all runs together when you talk to a whole bunch of people. Man, don't choke on your water, man. It looks like you're about to spit in my face. You know what I'm saying? Swallow, dog. Swallowed.
Pause.
No Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like when you meet a bunch of people, you talking fast and people ask you questions, man, listen, he'll settle into who his peoples are. But here's the thing. This is what I always hate, right? When you lift somebody else up, sometimes you push other people down. And so, like, the fact that everybody wants to talk about, oh, look what Arvell Reese ran. He's a freak. Oh, look at what Sonny Styles ran. He's a freak. This kid ran a 4.51. That's smoking. Like, come on, man.
That's not slow.
I ran a 4.51. That's what I ran, son. At 240.
And how much is Bailey?
About 250.
250.
He got longer legs than me. I had a 41-inch vertical. But anyway, that's not about me.
You said that's who you're going with. That's your pick right now.
Right. What I'm saying is, like, he's a dude too. You know what I'm saying? And I much rather think that I'm getting DeMarcus Ware or getting somebody like that than thinking I'm getting some like unicorn. I mean, listen, he may be a great player, and like even like now with the Osai kid that they got and Will McDonald, like
you're not worried about Bailey against the run. Setting an edge.
I'll teach him how to set the edge.
You got to get out there then.
I tell you what.
And then do it.
Hit me up. If
These are just words.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If I can set the edge at 6'2", 240, man, you put that straight arm, that near leg, that near arm, you punch that dude right underneath that damn throat, get that head up like a Pez dispenser, and then you don't let him get to you, and you stay long and tall, and then when the guy comes, you chop that damn elbow and arm over and set the edge. Come on, bro. If I can do it, you can do it.
Ray, these are secrets and skills and tips and stuff he's telling me is if I'm going to be the one out there setting the edge. You need to go tell him if that's the guy they take.
Let me tell you
You're
something.
in the building enough. Go tell him.
Let me tell you something. I know that he's going to be there with potentially he's going to be there, and he may be a linebacker, so he may be in a linebacker room if they go to a 3-4, or he may be a D tackle or considered a D lineman. Carl Dunbar going to make sure he learned how to set that damn edge.
Carl Dunbar is one
of the best in the business.
Underrated acquisition. Very underrated. To this coaching staff, I'm saying.
Yes.
Go ask those dudes in Pittsburgh.
Well, go ask him when he was here with Calvin Pace and everybody else that was here. What you talking about? It ain't like he coming. Welcome home, Dunbar.
Well, who do you think
welcome
is that
home, son? Last time I had old boy at my house, I got him drunk as a skunk.
What were you giving him?
Oh, man, I should have huge parties at my house for 4th of July. I had everybody drunk.
Really?
Oh, what?
You did a big 4th of July party?
Every year.
Really?
I mean, I watch Sanchez fall in love underneath. I used to have a 30-minute fireworks display. The whole time you come to my house.
You have a fireworks guy.
Yeah, pyro guy.
Nice.
I have it all like it was like better than the ones in the Hudson.
All 10 fingers still? The pyro guy?
You know, he liked to do it from Chocolate Thunder. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
He may have lost some Ronnie Lott limbs or something, but he's my gardener too. He used to put all my stuff together. Yeah, I used to have like 100, 200 people at my house. You know I live on 10 acres, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so like I used to have everybody like, so we have a whole display, like it's like 20-minute like thing.
You ever see like a 10
together?
acres humble brag like that? Just like, by the way, I live on 10 acres.
No, I'm saying so we had I got the space to accommodate the people. I mean, I used to have like the mechanical bull. So the rule is you used to have to come to my house. When you come to my house, you got to take six shots before you even sit down.
Wow.
6 shots.
Do you have to sign a waiver for that?
Yeah,
nah, you sue me, I'll kill you.
Normally, though, you're not going to find a guy who checks both boxes: gardener, pyro, 4th of July.
Ain't my landscaper. He built my indoor basketball court.
See, like you got him probably to do the landscaping, and then in conversation it came up. Oh, by the way, I'm a pyro guy.
We became boys. No,
that's great.
He built my koi pond too. That was on tank. He did the rough out for that too, and built my outdoor basketball gym.
So what about this? This year it's the 250th birthday on the 4th of July. You going to do it up this year or what? For 250?
I don't know if I can celebrate where America is right now. I'm a little disappointed. From 48 to 50, it's been kind of rough out here.
But take the whole 250 as a whole, right? There's been more good than bad.
The beginning of the 250, we was picking cotton. So the beginning, we had a little time in the middle that was cool. We got about 20-year stretch. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? We got from like the Jackson 5.
So do like a middle stretch.
We got like the Jackson 5 to Biting where we were cool. Everything else, it was some tough living. We lost Malcolm. We lost Martin. You know what I'm saying? We was picking cotton before that. You know what I'm saying? We had Jim Crow after that. I don't know how much I want to really celebrate the 250. It might be like out of the 250, I might be good for 20.
He's going to have the party, and you're just going to hear the Jackson 5.
Yeah, I got Michael Jackson.
5, Motown.
Yes, exactly. That's when we was winning.
You know.
That's when we was winning.
Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
In the Bill Clinton era, we was winning. It was a lot of money in these streets.
There was a lot of money. There was a lot of money.
Listen, gas. When Bill Clinton was in office, I had a Dodge Neon. It held 10 gallons. Guess how much it cost? It cost me $10 to fill up my 10-gallon tank.
Dude, $5 of gas at the gas station will last you a week.
Right.
It'll last you a week.
Back in the day, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, like, out of the 250, I might celebrate 20.
So having a middle.
The rest is a blur.
Have a middle or a 20 of 250 party.
All right. Yeah. I mean, we're going to celebrate.
I want an invite, by the way.
We're going to celebrate the middle of the 80s. That's when the crack was rolling. That's when the crack was coming down because that's when we discovered, like, the virus and we had crack. You know what I'm saying? So we started figuring it out, like, in the late 80s. It was cool. Man, stay up, dog. Stay up. You good?
I'm good.
Can we get him a glass of aqua?
I'm good.
All right.
Oh, my God. That's funny. I like when we do a little history.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's real history. That's dark. That's dark history for that ass.
Woo, that was fun.
You welcome, America. That's why you're so damn rich.
I didn't expect
you got free cotton for 400 years.
So, Jordan Tyson, what are your impressions of meeting with the Jets?
SJ, the receiver coach, real cool. We sat there and talked for our meeting, and then I came back in there after we was all done for the day. So, very, very cool dude. And SJ, was watching some Garrett Wilson.
You good?
He's an amazing player, definitely like the Jets. And Aaron Glenn, we had a nice conversation, too. Very cool dude.
That's great.
Jordan Tyson knows everybody's name with the Jets, so that's a guy you trade up for to get him.
Well, he had a recent conversation. See, like, Bailey conversation was back in February.
And they canceled my visit.
I can't remember what I talked to in February. You know, people I've talked to since February.
Look, they are. I think if you follow what they've done, really over the last couple of years at the wide receiver position, but the Jets didn't address receiver yet. Darren Mougey's not a guy that
I like
likes
I-9
investing.
Mitchell, though.
You know what I'm saying?
I like I-9.
No, I'm talking about in free agents or anything. He hasn't spent a lot of money on a wide receiver. You address that in the draft, you control them for 4, maybe 5, depending on when you're going to draft them.
I always say that you want to draft the position that costs you the most money, right? So, pass rusher.
Quarterback.
Yeah, pass rusher, quarterback, and receiver. Like, you already got a $30 million guy. You can't have 2 of them. It's not a sustainable model. So, you got to be able – if I-9 Mitchell ball out and he's going to be deserving of big time money.
Unless you're Cincinnati, and then that's why you don't win anything.
Well, you look at what Chicago did, right? They were able to let go DJ Moore because they found Burton in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're cheap. They don't have to pay Burton for another 3 years.
And that's how you should do it.
Yeah, you always got to have. You got people that's going to be here forever, and you got people that's just here for a good time, not a long time.
You got another one, Tom?
Oh, I sure do. Another one from Jordan Tyson. This one will probably get some more attention from Jets fans. So what would the Jets be getting if they drafted you, Jordan Tyson?
They have a great receiver room. You also got Adonai Mitchell, who's a great player. I really loved him out of college, out of Texas. So, definitely just have probably the best receiver room in the league, to be honest with you.
I love that confidence, and he ain't wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I don't like him. Hines Ward coached him, so he got some grit, some toughness to him. Hines Ward also played without a meniscus. He had both his meniscus taken out, so he's the only guy that had both meniscus taken out, and he was the first guy that did the PRP as well. You know what I mean? He had no meniscus. They kept tearing him, so they just took him out. So he has a level of toughness, and like Hines Ward should be he should be a guy that the Jets can trust because he was on the Jets coaching staff. So he may come here and say, hey, man, listen, I'm telling you, forget what you heard. They should be able to get inside information from Hines Ward because Hines Ward should have some type of loyalty to the Jets because they employed him for a couple years.
But it's a different regime, though.
I don't care. I'm like, bro, listen, you got to check that hit your bank account that said New York Jets.
Yeah, but he was part of a lot of organizations, too. Is he more loyal to Pittsburgh or more loyal to the Jets?
Pittsburgh ain't in a position to draft.
But I'm just saying, if they ask him about another position.
That's fine, of course. Like, it's just like if the Jets give me a call, I'm going to answer. If the Ravens give me a call, I'm going to answer. Hines Ward only played for one team that I can remember of. The Steelers, right?
Remember during COVID, the COVID year?
Yeah.
So remember we were in the building when we were doing the shows that year up at the Jets or whatever. So there was one of the days it was like night, like dinner time, when I was leaving after we were doing one of them shows. And back then, remember, like they didn't allow anybody in the building, so they would all get them food delivered.
Yeah.
Right? I remember like there was like 6 bags of like Chipotle, like DoorDash or whatever. And Hines Ward came over, and like Hines Ward was rocking the Chipotle dinner order and stuff.
Got to feed that big ass head he got.
Go ahead, Tom.
I got 2 more for you.
Tom, you better hurry up before I go back to the 200 years of America.
Yeah, I'm good. So the Seahawks, they just won the Super Bowl. Good for them.
They did well.
They have a little bit of a problem, at least in their eyes. They only have 4 picks entering this draft, and they've got the number 32 overall pick. So John Schneider has made it known to teams and to reporters that he would like to trade back from the team's number 32 overall selection in the first round so that way they can accumulate more picks. Now, I mentioned them specifically here because, there's a certain quarterback that would be the number 2 one off the board for most teams that a lot of people have been talking about, maybe named Ty Simpson, maybe the Jets. I know they...
What the hell am I going to give up to move up one spot, Tom?
I'm just saying, if somebody wants... Listen, I
Did you think this went all the way out?
No, listen, I understand what you're saying, but what if another team wants to trade back right before the Jets take him because they know the Jets might take Ty Simpson? Let's say the Cardinals.
But Tom, what the hell can I offer them to move up one spot? What, I'm going to give them a 2 to move up one spot? I'm going to give them 44 to move up one spot?
Give me a 3. I don't have a third-round pick.
That's what the other people got to do, right? Like the Cardinals going to have to give up a first, so you can't offer anything sexier than
What about a 3?
that.
I don't have a 3 this year. Would you take a 3?
Who don't have a 3?
Jets don't have a third-round pick.
Take a 3 for what? For them to move, for somebody to move up to get Ty Simpson? I'm not moving too far back because guess what? That means I basically have 3 first-round picks.
Correct.
Because somebody's going to draft Ty Simpson, so that's a guy that we didn't have ranked in our top 32 that's going to get picked just because of his position. So that means I get 3 of the top 32 players in the draft.
No joke, Tom, no joke. Like the last commercial, I said to him, what would really work out great for the Jets is if Ty Simpson was sitting there making it all the way through the first round on the board going into Friday. Because that phone is going to be ringing off the hook.
That'd be wonderful for them.
Yeah, but I ain't dropping too far, brother, because I got work to do.
Yeah, but again, like what's too far?
I'm not. Listen,
you don't want to go past 35.
I'm not going past 44.
No, not 44. No.
Right.
No. I may not even go into 40.
That's what I'm saying. So if I'm dropping at 32, I'm dropping
5 spots. Give me 5 spots.
So you got to do the thinking for us. You got to pull up who the hell is from 35 to 44. And which one of those guys need a quarterback? Like, because I don't want the Steelers gave up this year's or next year's. Hell no. Glenn, you may not make it to next year, brother. You better make sure you can get his 4 good. You better get 4 doggy dogs.
Arizona's at 34. Tennessee's at 35. Raiders are at 36.
Okay, I moved to 34.
That's 1 spot. Giants are at
but I'm going to need everything.
Giants are at 37.
Giants don't need no damn body.
Nobody's taken. There's really no. I mean, Miami at 43.
I hate Miami. I ain't never giving them nothing good.
Which is 1 spot we're ahead of.
And they got their quarterback.
Right. There's nobody. I mean, unless you're going to sit here and try to sell me on you think Indianapolis is going to jump all the way up from 47?
I mean, so if you're the Jets, you might take Ty Simpson at 33. You might take Ty Simpson at 33.
Let me ask you a question.
And I would hate it because
perfect world.
Yep.
Okay, perfect world.
Perfect world.
If you are Mougey and AG, 33 rolls around on Friday, Ty Simpson's on the board. What will you have had to come away with on Thursday in your 2 picks to where you would be like, okay, I'll entertain taking the quarterback at 33? Like, what do you need to come out of the first round with?
I need Jordan Tyson, and I need Bailey or Reese.
Well, you're going to get one of those 2 guys, and then you want the stud wide receiver.
Damn right. Then at 44, whatever one of these corners drop or safeties drop, at 44, I'm gonna get me a hell of a safety, bro.
By the way, and we got to go to the break, and we're going to get more calls up here.
He gonna get mentored by Mika Fitzpatrick.
You're talking a lot about Tyson, and I don't disagree with you. Can I turn you on to a little
Concepcion?
Omar Cooper Jr.
I like Omar Cooper and Concepcion. You know what I'm saying? If you get Concepcion, maybe at
M.
Yeah, you get him at 44. You know what I mean? Or you get the big kid from.
I think Denzel Boston and Omar Cooper Jr. are those 2 guys.
Let me tell you a crazy name though, right?
Omar Cooper Jr. Just throwing it.
Yeah. Let me tell you a crazy thing though. Like
Junior.
what if the Jets go at 1? They go get Arvell Reese.
Okay.
Guy that can play inside linebacker. Then let's say at 16 they get Jordan Tyson, right? But let's say at 33, you get Zion Young. People don't know about Zion Young. He a dog coming off that edge. He gonna mess around and be one of the best. See how big his thighs is? Like I only know about him because my agent was recruiting him.
He's an SECer, by the way.
Yeah, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Mizzou or whatever.
Same thing.
Yeah, if he there and you get him at 33, you got your pass rusher, you got your pass catcher, and you got a dog inside linebacker that when DeMario Davis is gone, you got your big inside linebacker that's a beast. And you still got Osai, and you still got McDonald on the outside.
He might be too rich at 33. You might get him at 44. You might get him at 44. He might still be on the board at 44. He's like in the 50 range.
If he on the board at 44, him or Kendrick Falk, I'm just scared that people are going to start moving up before 44 to get him.
Well, there's a greater chance of that happening in round 2 for guys like that because think about it. Then you have a whole night and a day to sleep on that stuff, and you reorganize your board based upon who's there, who's not there going into round 2.
I'm telling you, Zion Young can play some football.
There is going.
And he's a mean dude too.
There is. Brace yourself. I was talking about this with
What if Caleb Banks is there?
I was ability, but like we talked about,
no risky,
no bisky. All right, quick timeout. We'll come back. More of your draft calls, 800-919-3776. We also got to get into the Knicks as well. Dan and Bart, ESPN New York.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Bridges, far side baseline, pull-up jumper, missed it. Atlanta wins.
It was a disaster. It was brutal. We led by 12 points going into the fourth quarter.
A couple times we could have pulled away, and we didn't.
They don't score points in the fourth quarter. It's just Brunson isolation. It was horrendous offense. You're missing free throws.
A game we should have won, and in the playoffs you can't give away games.
Atlanta comes in and highway robbery. They steal game 2 to even up the series.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. I'm big on having the right game plan on the ice and at home, which is why I use Viking Pest Control myself as the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils. Viking has been protecting homes for over 45 years with expert pest control service and solutions tailored just for you. From ants and cockroaches to rodents, stinging insects, and backyard mosquitoes, Viking keeps pests out of your house and out of the play. Bundle pest control with mosquito services and save big. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Viking Pest Control, protecting your home inside and out.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-day parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
We all know winning means showing up stronger, faster, better than before. And when you're chasing that edge, the Drop by GNC cuts through the noise, bringing you the best new innovations in sports nutrition and performance. From muscle building and strength support to improved recovery and focus, we curate the newest drops from GNC Amp, Pro Performance, and Mega Men. Plus, Ghost, Raw Nutrition, Bucked Up, and the top new brands changing the game. No guesswork, just leveling up. Check out the Drop by GNC for what's new, what works, and what's next.
The Knicks are in the playoffs and working toward their ultimate goal.
The 2025 NBA Cup champions, your New York Knicks.
Will this be the year the Knicks punch their ticket to the NBA Finals?
The Knicks have much bigger goals at the end of the year. Step back three with 5 seconds. He got it! Jalen Brunson steps back and puts the Knicks in front.
Thanks to all our New York Knicks partners this season, including The Wellness Company, Dime Commercial Bank, Michelob Ultra, and Kia Motors on ESPN New York.
All right, ESPN New York and Floor and Decor. You know what they're doing? Do you know what they're doing? They're giving you the chance to design your day with Michael K. That's right. One lucky fan and a guest will win a studio visit exclusive meet and greet with Michael K. This is your all-access pass, an experience you won't forget. To enter, head to the Floor & Decor flagship store at 850 3rd Avenue in Brooklyn. Design your day with Michael K. It's presented by Floor & Decor. Dan and Bart here on ESPN New York at 800-919-3776. Talking football, talking the draft. We say hi to Derek and Hillside up next here on ESPN New York. Derek, how's it going, my friend?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing today?
D, we're doing good. What's on your mind, man?
Man, I was just hearing y'all talking about some of this draft stuff and a bunch of people trading up and down. So wondering some scenarios. I want y'all opinion about it. I've been hearing that Dallas was looking to move up to try to leapfrog the Giants to try to take a target that they're looking at. So what if the Titans was to trade with the Cowboys? What would that do to the Giants' plan? Say if they took Jeremiah Love, where do you think the Giants would direct their attention to next?
Dallas, all these rumors, Dallas wants a pass rusher.
No, they want Sonny Styles. Remember, they traded for Rashawn Gary. Like, he's a former first-round draft pick, top 10 pick.
I can see them wanting Bailey or Reese, too.
I mean, but they also have pick 22, so they got Falk. Falk's going to be sitting around there, too, right? So, like, Falk's going to be there. Zion Young's going to be there. They got Rashawn Gary, so they have a guy that should be a number one. May not be a number one, never lived up to the expectations, but he did get a second contract from Green Bay, $100 million. And just think, they do still have Quentin Williams in the inside. I mean, how gritty do you want your line to be, baby? I get it. I think they need more help at the linebacker position. I like them at 20 going to get Rodriguez, man. People don't talk about – see, I hate when it's great guys and it's guys that people don't really pay attention to. Rodriguez can play some linebacker, bro.
He was a Heisman finalist.
And he ran a 4.51 once again. If that ain't Sean Penn all over again, baby, I don't know what is.
If they stay put at 12, Cowboys are at 12.
You didn't like my Sean Penn?
That was okay.
Sean Penn was a beast when he was healthy, man. Remember, he went before Michael Parsons. I mean, not Michael Parsons. Who did he go before? His teammate.
You say
he went before Navarro Bowman.
Sean Penn?
Sean Lee. I'm sorry, Sean Lee. Sean Penn is the actor.
The actor, that's what I'm saying.
Sean Lee. Damn.
I know. The number 50. And now he retired already.
No, he broke it. He messed his neck up. He was always hurt.
But he retired.
Yeah, but remember, he went before Navarro Bowman. And they're both on the same team.
Why am I? This is a bad job out of me. Penn State, right?
Yeah, Penn State. I say he went right before they were teammates. He went before Navarro Bowman.
Linebacker, Penn State.
Yeah, man.
You know any other linebackers from Penn State?
Well, well, Matt Millen. You know the dumbest.
We're busting because Buttle. Obviously.
Oh, that's where Buttle's from.
Yeah,
I never knew.
You didn't know that,
man? Why would I have, bro? Why would I have a scouting report on Greg Buttle?
Because linebacker university, Penn State.
Bro, I'm a Michigan guy, Michigan State guy. You think I was watching?
No, not in the 70s.
Penn State football, right? 70s. I wasn't even born.
That's right.
He that damn old? Damn. How old is Greg Buttle?
Dude, he was drafted in 76.
Damn. Man, he been riding that. He been riding that train for a long time, man. Hey, God bless him. He got a lot out of his 70s.
He's in great shape too.
They were still in great. They were still in black and white TV.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But if they stay at 12,
was football integrated by then?
There was some integration. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If they stay at 12, a little Ruben Bain action. Cowboys.
I don't know if I want to take a chance on the dude with some T-Rex arms.
I know you don't want to, but think about Jerry.
I like the other guy better. Mesinor? Who's his runner mate on the other side?
Yeah, but is he like that territory? You know what I'm saying?
No, he's not.
Like
that's
that high?
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh, like get him a little bit later on, you're saying?
Yeah, because you got Rashawn Gary, man. Like, I mean, Ruben Bain, I guess, man. But we talk about a guy that we're trying to project to defy the odds.
You're trying to
I mean, a guy with short arms that we projecting to say, okay, well, it's been – listen, one of the craziest things I ever saw was the first time when two dudes with Dazum / silverback gorilla arms met each other for the first time, and they both looked at each other shocked as hell.
And
the first time I seen Muhammad Wilkerson go against one-on-ones with the Bricksaw Ferguson, it was like watching King Kong and that little that ape. What's the ape that was sitting there chilling and he came down when the monkey started tripping?
It wasn't King Kong against Godzilla?
No, that's T-Rex arms. So you don't remember the last King Kong? They had the ape that had the chain. And
I only watched the original.
Oh man, well it was a new one, and he was ape, and everybody was afraid of him. And King Kong was like, he didn't know he had the little monkey with him. And he both came down, and King Kong wasn't scared of him. They both touched each other. They both put their arms out. Both is fully extended, but they were still touching each other. They was like, "What the hell? How the hell you touching me, dog? Ain't nobody ever touched me." Yeah, Scar King, exactly.
What movie was that?
King Kong.
No, but it was like Return to Skull Island or something like that.
This was Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire.
Yes,
from
Godzilla
2024.
X Kong.
So the Scar King.
That's right.
Scar King, because he was like red. He had red hair. King Kong had black hair. You know what I'm saying? It was like that, and it was funny to watch. They was like, because they stopped. They stopped in the middle of the play. They was like, Muhammad came off. They came like, yeah, like what the hell? You touching me?
Surprised he was there on time for the play.
Oh no, that was early though. That was early. That before he got that cheese. Yeah,
before he got the cheese.
This first practice off that cheese.
Guarantee he'll be late for the play.
That's for that tempo cheese he was getting.
One more hour still to play with. We'll get into the Knicks, more on the draft, and unfortunately we'll probably circle back on the Mets as well. 60 more to play with on this Wednesday. Dan and Bart, ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Bridges, far side baseline, pull-up jumper, missed it. Atlanta wins.
The Hawks.
Atlanta comes in and highway robbery. They steal game 2 to even up the series.
The NBA playoffs.
This shouldn't keep happening, and I think that's the biggest concern I have. Am I worried they're going to lose a series? No.
Game 3 coverage gets underway Thursday night at 6 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, your winnings get a boost every single day, all playoffs long. Bet player props, bet live, from the opening tip to the final possession. Every bucket, every dime, every clutch takeover matters. And DraftKings Sportsbook keeps boosting you all the way through. All DraftKings customers can enjoy a profit boost every single day throughout the playoffs. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code WHSQ to claim your profit boost. That's code WHSQ to get a boost every day of the NBA playoffs. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. One profit boost per customer per day. NBA playoff bets only. Bet restrictions apply and vary when offered. Max bet and boost vary. Boost only applies to winnings and expires at the end of the last NBA game each day. See terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Smalls here. Look, I get it. GLP-1 weight loss shots are popular. They're everywhere. But not everyone is thrilled about weekly injections. So what if your GLP-1 was as easy to take as a mint? That's why I want you to know about compounded terzepatide. It's a mint-flavored tablet you simply let dissolve under your tongue. No needles. It's designed to help curb appetite and reduce cravings, even sweets and carbs, which are my personal enemies. And when hunger's under control, it's easier to eat less. Stay away from the junk foods that trip you up and tackle your weight loss goals head on. And this is important. The compounded terzepatide is recommended by the medical board of the wellness companies, the doctors I trust. Look, if you're serious about getting your weight under control and weekly shots aren't your thing, I strongly encourage you to look into terzepatide. Getting started is fast with an easy online physician consultation. Imagine discovering a no-needle option that fits your needs. Go to noneedles.com/smalls. Promo code SMALLS to save $50. That's noneedles.com/smalls. Promo code SMALLS to save $50.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
All right, final hour of the show on this Wednesday, Draft Day Eve 2026. Dan Grass and Bart Scott hanging out with you here on ESPN New York. It is hour number 3. It is the 12 o'clock hour. What do we call that, Bart Scott?
It's the power hour. It's the power hour, baby.
That is amazing. What was that, like 15? 15 hours? Something like, and this guy during the break was spitting out about like 900 different draft prospects, and yet he still had it in him to whip out like 15 hours. That was pretty good.
It's showtime.
No, it is showtime, and you nailed it.
At the Apollo.
I expect you to do all that stuff.
Tonight.
This has been a fun one so far today. Unfortunately, we talked a lot about the Mets at the beginning of the show. They've lost 12 in a row. The ship be sinking out there in Queens. It's disgraceful. There's no other way to say it. Who knows if and when it stops. Soto in the lineup tonight, if that's going to make any difference. But have they dug themselves a hole too deep to be able to dig out of, it looks like it, in the National League East so far? A lot on the Giants and Jets with the draft coming up tomorrow night. They are the power brokers in this draft. Giants 5-10, Jets 2-16. They really have a lot to say as to how this first round is going to shake out.
I mean, they control the draft. when you're talking about having 4 picks in the top 16, people are going to, and as players drop, depending on what the compensation is, I think they both use their first pick, but their second picks are, I think, going to be up for sale. I mean, if they can get, the type of compensation that they want, they can, give me a player. I mean, it's going to be players available too. You know what I mean?
No, there's going to be a lot of guys open for business, 100%.
I just wonder if Kayvon Thibodeau gets traded on draft day.
Well, you would like to think at some point.
If somebody want to give me a number 2, saying, "Hey, man, anybody that's in the market for like Kendrick Falk, Zion Young, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, give me that number 2. If I'm the Giants, I'll draft Zion Young or draft one of those guys, and then you can take Kayvon in his heavy ass price tag."
If you look at the Giants right now, just in terms of that front 7, right, and
they need more beef.
No, they need a lot more beef. Well, obviously, you're missing Dexter Lawrence now. That's a big piece of beef you got to replace.
But just imagine if they're going to sign DJ Reader, he going to fill that void. But then you want a young guy too. They got the kid from Toledo from last year. But let's just say that you could trade Kayvon Thibodeau, and you come up with a guy like Caleb Banks that you can have as a project, or Peter Woods if that second round draft pick is high enough for a guy like Kayvon Thibodeau.
There's so many different ways you can attack this from a Giants standpoint, as we said, right? Like, I mean, you give yourself options now between 5 and 10. You could go offense. You go defense. Take one or the other.
They have a second. They have a high second, too.
37.
Yeah, so
that's 5th pick in the second round.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? So they're sitting in a good spot. And like I said, people are going to be sad because Dexter Lawrence is gone. I think they'll forget about him really soon.
Giants with 3 picks in the top 37.
Now, if they would have got like a late
Jets with 3 in the top 33.
If they would have got a late one, they got a top 10 pick for Dexter Lawrence. That's better than a 1 and a 2.
And look, last week, before the trade even happened, I think it was either like Thursday or Friday, Dave and I in the morning, we were talking about the trade. And I said, look, because you're within a week of the draft. So I didn't think the chances were going to be that great at all for them cashing in like they did. And if I wanted, remember, Jets got 2 picks for Quinnen. They got a 1 and a 2.
Right.
Okay, so you're thinking, if I'm the Giants, I got to get at least 2 picks here for Dexter Lawrence. And so I thought, at the very least, give me the 1 next year because the draft is better next year. I'll take a 2 here in this draft.
That's why they were willing to give up the 1 this year.
But the fact that they got 10, which is a set-in-stone pick, like when we're talking about a 1 next year, you don't know where that 1's going to be. We got to play it out. The fact they got the set-in-stone number 10, that's why the Giants hit this thing out of the park. Now you got to cash in on the pick.
And it's funny because this is a omission, in my opinion, of the Cincinnati Bengals. The fact that they're going to pay Dexter Lawrence what Trey Henderson wanted. Ain't that stupid? Like, this dude gave you he led the league in sacks for 2 years, and you're going to end up giving Dexter Lawrence $30 million, and that's pretty much what he wanted, and he did that for you. And the difference is they're 2 years apart.
Let me ask you a question. And this is how I put it, like, as soon as the trade was made. If you're all right, let's say you're a Bengal fan. Okay, so it's the Bengals.
Yeah.
Would you rather have the 10th pick in the draft and Trey Hendrickson still on your team if you paid him, or Dexter Lawrence? Because that's essentially what it came down to.
Yeah, that's tough.
You take the 10th pick in the draft and Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah. That's
right?
my point.
Trey Hendrickson produced.
Because you could have got whatever you wanted. And now you got a guy that, could show up. But I do like what the Bengals have done. They should be so much better defense. We know they can put points up with anybody. We're not going to worry about that. We just worried about can they protect Joe Burrow. But remember, they got Amafe. They
signed Boye Mafe. They spent money.
Yeah, but it's
on
crazy.
2 guys.
Right, but that's crazy. Like, you did all that when you let the guy that was there producing for you just walk away.
Now Boye Mafe is not as good, obviously, as Trey Hendrickson. We know that.
Yeah, but you add Boye Mafe, and then you add
Jonathan Allen too.
Yeah, Jonathan Allen. So now you got 2
but
great
he's
defenses.
Washed a little bit.
Yeah, he
ain't Redskins. Jonathan Allen.
Yeah. Minnesota got his ass up out there like, oh, we paid you, like, oh, you can go.
This ain't like them getting.
Remember, he got in the fight on the sideline. They was punching each other. That's how you knew it was.
Why am I blanking on? Oh, that's right. I was trying to remember. I was like, because remember, they made Lou Anarumo the fall guy, the defensive coordinator before last year.
Yeah, I don't understand that, man. Lou Anarumo, he was the only guy that could beat Patrick Mahomes.
And so now he's in Indianapolis, and I was blanking on who's the Bengals defensive coordinator, but it was Al Golden. He's still back.
Guys like Armstead is going to be available, too. They're going to start making some of these veterans. There's going to be some veterans available. If I'm the Jets, if he'll play for me, I'll sign Calais Campbell.
Somebody brought up Calais Campbell.
He's 55 years old.
That's what I'm saying. He's
still
55.
And he's still 1 year.
You get him on a reduced snap count. You're not going to expect.
No, this is the thing. You don't even have to do it. This dude, for some reason, remember, he's not a fat dude. So he always got smoke.
He's like 6'9".
That's what I'm saying. You got him out there. If I'm the Giants,
I'm playing him on the inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm playing him at 5 technique. Him and DJ Reader.
And he's still on the street?
Yeah. DJ Reader's still on the street. Cam Jordan's still on the street.
Is Cam Jordan even going to still play?
Man, he want to be in the media so bad.
That's what's amazing about DeMario still, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what that's like.
Well, you can say you can say his first 4 years he didn't play.
That's true. You would know that, right?
But that's a good thing about sitting around and letting things mature. Like, he's a guy that got cut by the Jets twice in Cleveland.
Second time is when they made the mistake. They should have never.
That's when they signed Avery Williamson.
Avery was good the first year.
That's what I'm saying. So
different defense though.
So it was right. It was right. And then you. Also,
and Adam Gase played him in the second half of a preseason game in Atlanta, and he blew out his knee, and he was never the same.
Yep. Now I think he got Italian ice business.
Really?
Yeah.
And is he still in Nashville?
I think he just got married, too.
Italian ice is on the menu with a reception?
I think he got Italian ice and he got Italian girl.
Oh, that ain't bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Not bad. By the way, because he was on Arizona, that was like Siberia last year, Calais Campbell.
But he's still giving you productivity.
You know he had 6.5 sacks last
That's
year?
what I'm trying to tell you, brother.
I had no idea.
I'm trying to tell you. When I tell you, let me tell you.
I loved Calais Campbell like back in his prime. I was like, dude, that.
What was his prime? His prime been extended. Dude done played for 20 years.
Dude.
D-tackle played 20 years. That's crazy.
It's like the coming to America. It's like Calais Campbell was 147 years old when he played.
When Derrick Henry ran him over, he was 177 years old.
Dude, and you know what the thing about him is? Like, you look at, he like never misses any games either.
Never.
He hasn't missed a game in 3 years, and he's almost 40.
That's what I'm saying. Cam Jordan, how old is Cam Jordan? He got like he up there in the sack total.
Cam
too.
Jordan's dad was a good player, man. He was a Pro Bowl tight end for the Vikings, Steve Jordan. Cam Jordan is 36, going to be 37 this summer.
And he's still out there.
He's another guy. You don't miss any game. 10.5.
He had 10 sacks last year. That's what I'm saying. What we doing, baby? What we doing?
I think he had some against Brady Cook in that game down there.
What we doing?
It was like 8 of them that day.
But you feel me, though? What we doing, baby?
There's guys. Well, I think like these guys, like you said, post-draft, everybody going to get their roster set, and then they're going to say, but that's what,
he's
still out there.
But that's what I'm saying. The Giants got money because of Dexter Lawrence. So now you go get you got your DJ Reader. Hell, I bring Cam Jordan in. But Cam Jordan seems like a guy that's going to play for somebody like Denver or something, like, right? A guy to go play for Denver or somebody that got a chance to do something. I can see Cam Jordan out in Seattle, taking the place of Amafe. You know what I'm saying? Just being an added piece, a rotational defensive.
Well, unfortunately, you know what's going to happen, right?
I can see him in San Francisco.
Once these, workouts and all this stuff, OTAs, like some dudes might suffer, like some guy might get injured, and then you got to pick up the phone and like, let's call this guy.
But
and
also,
bring him in.
you got, like I told you, the secondary free agency. Let's go to the callers, man. I think they want to talk.
Well, before we get to the callers, let me play you this, though. How about a couple of prospects here for the Giants? Talking, we heard from Jordan Tyson, we heard from David Bailey. What about on the Giants side of things? You want to hear from Sonny Styles?
I do.
Sonny Styles, impressions of the Giants.
Coach Harbaugh's awesome. They got a great organization. I think that was a great hire. So be honored to be able to play for them. Especially I just got a lot of respect for Coach Harbaugh, position coach, Coach Bush, obviously the DC. Just the whole staff. They're awesome. Obviously the Giants is such a big brand. They have a lot of history of being a great team. I'm sure Coach Harbaugh is going to get them back there.
Caleb Downs, who also could be a Giant. Thoughts on the meetings with Big Blue?
I really like their head coach and their whole staff. It was great to meet everybody. I liked everything that they brought apart. It was great to have a conversation with everybody there.
Yeah, that sounds like, yeah. Like you had, remember I told you about the mutiny that almost happened John Harbaugh's first year, right?
Well, you were still there for that.
Yeah. But then
were you part of the mutiny or no?
I was there. I was watching. The revolution would not be televised. I was watching. It was crazy.
The revolution wouldn't be televised.
It was crazy. But then I thought he had changed, right? Because he chilled out. But then you hear who's the receiver?
Derek Mason?
No.
He was.
No. I'm talking about Zay Flowers.
Okay.
Came out and kind of threw John under the bus, talking about how hard they practice and stuff like that. That's why guys getting hurt and stuff like that, right? So we had that. But then I saw Bernard Pollard said that they had a mutiny when he was there. I say, damn, how many mutinies did this dude have to have the year they won the Super Bowl? He said they had a mutiny about how crazy the practice was and 18 plays and got the pads on. And, like, John comes from, like, the Andy Reid school of practicing. His dad was a coach, you know what I'm saying, of course, a famous coach. I played against his dad in college. But I wonder how
Western Kentucky he was at, right?
Yeah, Western Kentucky, yeah. I was there playing against He Hate Me.
Really?
Smart.
What was his
Smart.
Rod Smart?
Yeah, Rod Smart, a.k.a. He Hate Me.
That was old. That was like OG XFL.
Yeah, He Hate Me. That's when they had to put the ball in the middle of the field. You got to run and go get it. So people was getting concussions and knocked out trying to get the ball.
That was like 25 years ago.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. So I played against He Hate Me. But Harbaugh comes from that tough. I wonder how this team can handle the practices in the way that Harbaugh. I'm telling you, Cap's going to be hell. Like, that's when the mutiny happened. Like, bro, we need a break, man. Like, he was working as, like, the Junction Boys. Like, bro, we grown-ass men, dog. Like, we don't – what you doing, man? Like, we giving it to you, but you asking too much. And, I heard Pollard talk about it. We had the mutiny. Now you heard Zay Flowers talk about it. So I wonder, can this Giants team handle that type of intensity and that type of practicing? You know what I'm saying? When you talk about trying to stay fresh and make sure getting beat up a lot inside of practice.
Here's the difference. Even when Harbaugh took over, like, you guys weren't ever bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were still a winning program.
Let me tell you something. All he had to do the year he took over the team is chew some bubble gum and drink Gatorade.
No, but my point is, that's what I'm saying. You guys were a winning program already.
Yeah.
You were a veteran program.
Yeah.
You had Super Bowl champions already on that team still.
Yeah.
My point is this.
You had great players.
He ain't taking over this now.
Yeah.
Giants aren't a winning program.
So
they don't. They shouldn't gripe. There should be no mutiny or nothing because the reason that he's here is because you guys didn't do enough winning.
But you might lose some. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't built. Listen, but we already was tough players.
Bye.
We already were tough players. Like, when you go there, you might lose some guys physically and mentally. You might lose them physically because they're not used to practicing that hard. And what if you get into training camp and dudes blow their knees out or get hurt first two practices, first 2 weeks of practice?
You think Dexter was one of those guys? Because he didn't sound like he wanted to climb on board.
I mean, a fat guy having to run conditioning and all that type of stuff. Especially like, it's different, right? Because they used to call Brian Billish Camp Cream Puff because, like, we can leave home after the first day. Like, so guys, he's like, listen, like, Brian was ahead of his time. He always said, man, if y'all give me what you want in the game, I'm not gonna kill you in practice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we didn't put pads on after November, like, because you had guys that had won a Super Bowl that knew how to play, like, and the tone was set in how to practice.
Right.
We practiced hard and we simulated how we were going to hit, and it ain't a day you turned on the game that you was like, man, the Ravens really look soft today. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we were afforded to be able to not to beat the hell out of each other.
So you were fresh late in the year.
Yeah, because we knew we could, right? We would put the pads on sometimes at the beginning of the practice. And like, all right, take the pads off. See, but, like, Harbaugh going to try and crack the whip on their ass, and you're going to lose some dudes, and some dudes going to get hurt because the difference was, even though Billick practice was Camp Cream Puff,
mm-hmm.
we still had two-a-days every day, right? Now that you don't even have two-a-days every day. So now, when we went to, like, Harbaugh came in, we were still giving it to him. It wasn't no big deal, but it was like, bro, why are we doing this, right? Guys, now camp and practice is soft for everybody.
It's Club Med.
Right, it's straight Club Med, right? You and Shell. So now, if these guys go from that to that, you're going to lose some guys. So watch a lot of guys get hurt.
Well, then they weren't meant to be here.
No.
I don't think.
No, what I'm saying is.
Oh, because now you're upping the intensity.
Right, if I'm Harbaugh, you can't turn the intensity high and then come back down. You got to ramp it up higher than what they had and then make it tougher the next year. You can't just go from, like, they've been operating on a 4 and then you're going to go on a 10. You got to move it up, and you got to understand that these dudes are soft and they're not built that way. And if you just try and make them tough, you're going to lose some physically and mentally. So you got to maybe move it up to a 7. And then next year, make it an 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? Don't go straight to 9. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody's going to blow a gasket.
Because it's a different era.
Right. Because
unfortunately.
Because just think how soft these dudes practice in college.
Right.
And it's 90 of them. So this is the thing. It's 90 people in college. So just imagine. You go to 1s, the 2s, the 3s. When you get to the NFL, you got the 1s and the 1.5 and the 2s. And I say 1.5 because some guys play 1s and 2s. They might be the dime back or stuff like that. So, like, when they call for, like, the 2s, you doing that, then going to special teams. You got straight arm men that practice because the starters don't practice. They be like, I'm taking the day. My leg hurt.
And it's a different era because, like, back in the day, like, for instance, when Jimmy Johnson took over the Cowboys, right? Like, we've seen the clips and everything. Like, he could do that in 1989.
Yeah.
You can't do that now. When Parcells took over the Rich Kotite Jets in 1997, goodbye. He could run you into the ground. Goodbye. He knew who was cut out for this. You can't do that.
And when you look at them old Parcells tape, what do you say? Oh, you in the club? You can't make the club in the tub? You hurt again? You soft, kid. Like, now you gonna get some kids. You gonna wake up, some kids gonna be pack their stuff and be gone. Like, for real. Bro, I seen that too. Listen, I played with a couple dudes that left training camp. They was like, oh, hell no. They grabbed their stuff. $1 million, $2 million.
The best one.
Like, I'm out.
The best one was still Jimmy Johnson with the dude who had asthma. Remember? And there's footage of this in that Cowboy documentary on Netflix, the one. His first year, he goes over with dude who's sitting there like sucking wind, and he's like, I got asthma. And Jimmy's like, asthma my ass. Get over, the asthma field is over there, and he was gone.
Yo, let me tell you something. They used to make this thing called the pig pen. And so, like, dudes that was hurt, you got to understand the pig pen. They wet the grass, you peel it up away. Bro, like, you want to be hurt? Oh, your ass gonna be miserable. Wet the grass, it's like muddy, you land it's cold, like you can wake it up. Grass stains on your ass, like, man, this is crazy. I think they put it like a mosquito bed over there too, just to make it let your ass get ate up.
You're like this.
Can't wait.
You know what that means?
Breaking news, man.
Little breaking news. We got a tip time for Game 5 Knicks-Hawks. Next Tuesday night, the 28th.
Because we got a game. Because people thought that we thought we was gonna sweep them. Now we in a fight.
We're in a fight. So we got Game 5. That is an 8 p.m. tip-off. It'll be an NBC Peacock vehicle. So NBC.
Oh, come on, man. Peacock?
Well, that's if you don't have, people have NBC.
Okay, I know they were doing that prime,
Either or, you have options.
Okay.
Some people that like to stream, you could do Peacock, but it's on
Why would you
NBC
ever want to stream?
I don't know.
Are all these dudes standing in the same damn hotel?
Probably.
Okay.
Well, they're all in Pittsburgh, yeah. I would say so. I don't know which hotel it is, though.
La Quinta Inn.
La Quinta Inn. They leave a mint on the pillow. All right, we're going to get some calls up here, and we'll get into the Knicks. We haven't done a lot of Knicks yet. 800-919-3776. It's all up for discussion. Dan and Bart right here on ESPN New York.
Asthma my ass. Get over there on that other field and have some asthma. You're on the wrong field to have asthma.
The Knicks.
Bridges, far side baseline. Pull-up jumper, missed it. Atlanta wins.
The Hawks.
Atlanta comes in and highway robbery. They steal game 2 to even up the series.
The NBA playoffs.
This shouldn't keep happening, and I think that's the biggest concern I have. Am I worried they're going to lose a series? No.
Game 3 coverage gets underway Thursday night at 6 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
You remember what it feels like to move without thinking about pain? To get up, sit up, walk, work, or live without that constant ache? If neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica took that away from you, it's time to get it back. I'm Bart Scott. Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain is the guy you need. Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no scars, no long recovery, just precise, image-guided, non-surgical treatments designed to get you feeling strong again. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances are accepted, there is no reason to wait. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk.
For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good.
Okay, team. Huddle up.
Why are you dressed like a hockey player?
Because America's energy security is on thin ice. We're facing an overburdened electric grid, rising fuel costs, and severe weather. But here's your power play. Propane. It's affordable, abundant, safe. Propane is reliable energy, even when the grid isn't. Advantage Propane.
Learn more at propane.com/powerplay.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
(800-919-3776). Dan and Bart, ESPN New York. K-Show coming up at 1 o'clock. We'll play Am I the Nozzle in just moments. But we want to say hi to D in Jersey, who is up next year on ESPN New York. D, how we doing? And D's no longer there.
Did you hit the wrong button?
No. I hit the on button, which puts them on the air.
Oh.
And then they just dropped.
Well, that's sad.
Like, I'm going to do it again and say hi to Subi in Midtown, who's up next. Hello, Subi.
Hey, why do we have a feeling that Jerry Jones is going to hijack this draft? I think he has his eye on either Love or Downs, and I think he wants to get them. Do you think that the Jets would trade down for, would it do a trade with Jerry? And do you expect Jerry Jones to keep being the GM for the next 5 years for the Cowboys?
I mean, none of us know what tomorrow's going to bring.
They think Jerry's going to be desperate because, one, he knows he has an offense. He may only have Pickens for one more year with the franchise tag. He also knows that he has to try and win because he's a man of a certain age and he wants to, he's been patient the last couple of years. And I think the whole Michael Parsons trade was so that he can take advantage now. He already signed Rashawn Gary, which is, if you had to pick between Rashawn Gary and Michael Parsons, you would take Michael Parsons. But think
about the trade for Quinn and what he gave up.
But the thing is, he also got Quinn and Williams, but he got picks back from Michael Parsons. So he was just spending money that was extra money. So when you look at it, he has an opportunity now to have Quinn and Williams, Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, and maybe Ruben Baines. That is a hell of a lineup, brother. And you can get Rodriguez at linebacker and the little dude that they have, I forgot, number 2 that they have out there. Or they can get a corner, with what they have, man. So if Dallas has got to be top 18 pick, and that's bad news for the Giants. Because even if they top 18 defense, with that offense, it's going to make that defense even better.
I think even if they stand pat at 12, and he's talking, like the rumor about them trading up, I think even if they stay at 12, they're going to get a damn good player.
Yeah, of
course.
At
12?
Of course.
He doesn't have to move up much.
They're going to get an impact player. I mean, they may say, hey, we'll take the corner. And then at 20, we'll take the linebacker. because I don't think they need anything on the offensive side of the ball.
No.
I mean, they might need some offensive line help. They don't need a tight end. They don't need a running back. They got the kid that the Williams kid. They don't need a tight end. They don't need any receivers. They don't need a quarterback. Maybe an offensive lineman.
You can never go wrong with an offensive lineman. I mean, think about what they ended up doing with Zach Martin all those years, and then the home run that used to be. And that was a guard, but how versatile he became and basically moving all around the line wherever they need him to play. Look, there's also going to be a guy, because it happens every single year. Every single year, there will be a guy that falls out of the top 10 that we're all going to be shocked at, right? Like, oh, my God. Like, we're going to be saying, like, oh, my God, I can't believe he's still on the board.
Like Gino putting on a yellow shirt.
Well, not just Gino, but right? Like, it happens every year. There's a drop. And why is that? What's happening?
And every year, somebody that's going to get overdrafted.
Exactly. That's
like they pick who? Travion Walker. Like, what?
Number 1 overall, you believe that? You're not a bad player, but I don't know about number 1 overall. D in Jersey. Let's try him again. D, you with us?
What's going on, fellas?
There
What's going on? I'm hearing all this Jet talk. I got knocked up before. What's up, Bart?
What up?
I'm a Jet fan, man, long-time Jet fan, man, but I'm so tired of the delusional Jet fans. I'm like this Reese Bailey situation and the whole Reese comp with Micah, and they saying, oh, Bailey can't stop the run. What is Micah's biggest flaw, Bart?
He don't step the edge. They run the ball at him. They unblock him half the time.
So it's like, right. So my thing is pass rushers are at a premium, and Mike is at a premium because he's a pass rusher. And they talk about Reese's ceiling, but what about Bailey's ceiling? Reese is 20. Listen, your prime is what, 26 to 28, Bart? So the kid has 4 or 5 years on Bailey to really get to his prime. So, like the whole notion, I really think his comp is Trey Hendrickson, what I'm saying, who's a double-digit sack guy every year. And him and Micah damn near have the same stats for their last 5-6 years. So, it's just like, again, I think Reese is a good player. I don't know what we're going to do, but the whole thing of he's a Aaron Glenn guy, half of these people don't even know what Aaron Glenn guy looks like. Who does he resemble in Aaron Glenn's defense ever?
Well, you know what it comes down to, basically? Like, if you're talking about those two guys and who the pick should be, if you're talking Reese versus Bailey, essentially you're deciding between ceiling versus floor, right? Yep. David Bailey's got the better quote-unquote floor, but then Arvell Reese could be a guy whose ceiling is Micah Parsons.
Well, the last time.
So what is Micah Parsons, though?
He's an all-pro.
Yeah, but he's a generational talent, too. That's like saying, oh, well, in the 6th round, you can get Tom Brady. Like, man, that happens every – yeah, don't lean and put your job on that one.
Right. And then Micah Parsons' highest sack total is 14. Trey Hendrickson had 17 and a half and led the league. So it's like, is the generational talent only facilitating 14 sacks? We know Bailey can get that because he got that in college, too. So – again, it's these experts and everybody's echoing the same opinions and making it their own. And, they're shooting down Bailey.
Yeah, but you got to remember something too, D. And thanks a lot for the phone call. Remember, and I'm not trying to throw cold water on him. I'm not. But Bailey also, remember, he was in the Big 12. What's the Big 12?
Yeah, passing all.
I mean, it's literally like.
And he was a transfer.
And remember about another thing about Bailey, and I've said this before. Okay, prior to going to Texas Tech, he was at Stanford. All right. Remember who on the Jets staff now has a connection to Stanford.
At least we know he's smart.
Frank Reich, right? Frank Reich was there last year, which means he knows a lot of people with the program. So you know that they are tapping into Frank Reich and his resources and connections to get even more intel on a guy like David Bailey. So they have left no stone unturned. And look, Bart don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. They know who it is. Aaron Glenn, Darren Mougey, those are two guys, maybe out of 2 or 3, that know who the pick is already. They know who they're taking second. So they have done everything there is to do in terms of homework. Now you got to trust your process.
Yeah, because they basically got the first pick.
They got the first pick.
So it's not like, oh, well, if something happens, unless somebody want to give you first, like, hey, if Arizona or the Giants wouldn't do it. Who's 6th behind the Giants?
6th. Standby.
I feel like the Saints or something like that would be like 6th.
The Browns are.
Oh, like so now.
Good
like,
job, Tom.
So not like if the Browns want to say, "Hey, man, here's 6, and we'll give you a 2nd-round draft pick." to move up to 6 to get who he want. Do you even care about that?
Depends.
I feel like the Browns got to get some offensive lineman help.
But the thing is, too, it's like, with all these extra picks, I mean, that's great, but, like, at what point, though, do you say it's too many picks, especially if it's going to be for this draft?
But it depends on if you're still in striking distance. If I'm moving down in the top 10, I'm getting another number 2, and I got 3 2s,
Here's the thing with these drafts that are all going to go down tomorrow or the next day or whatever. Everybody that's on the receiving end is going to want picks for next year. Everybody that's trying to trade doesn't want to part with picks for 2027. You know what I mean? So what kind of crap could we throw you for this year?
Well, it depends on who's good. Like, because some of the good teams, like the Rams, are picking from a position of power. They're a good team that is Super Bowl worthy that just traded one of their first-round picks for a already proven cornerback in Trent McDuffie. So they may say, hey, man, you can take this pick and give us a next year one because we pretty much already used our one.
I saw one thing. I forgot who had it, but a bold, like, move up the board. The Rams to trade up and get Jeremiah Love and add him to that stable.
They got a hell of a running back right now. I don't know if I'd be that risky. I know this is Stafford's probably first pick. I wouldn't be surprised if they are the one to go out and say, let me get Ty Simpson.
That's what I thought.
Because you think about Sean McVay, you think about...
You need a succession plan.
Yeah. So, so I think that's the perfect succession plan.
Tom, why don't you tell us or present us with some cases to where we will then make a tough call as to whether or not someone is or isn't a nozzle.
There are 2 sides to every story.
Everybody need to keep a cool booty, okay?
We're here to judge.
I plead the fifth.
Am I right?
Adoy.
Or am I the nozzle?
I was wrong.
So, gentlemen, I'm not sure if you knew this, but the Portland Trailblazers, Tom's favorite NBA team, they have a new owner by the name of Tom Dundon. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but quite frankly, I have no respect for him, so it doesn't really matter. He reportedly has some, let's call them, strict cost-cutting measures as part of his new ownership. And here's a few just that have been reported.
Yep.
Among the many. His staff are required to check out of hotel rooms by 12:30 to avoid late fees. The team masseuse was denied a room for pregame treatment during the playoff run, I'm assuming. Two-way players are not allowed to travel for playoff games to cut costs. And there were free T-shirt giveaways. They do them at every NBA arena usually for playoff games. Well, he canceled that promotion during Game 3 because, again, the cutting of costs. Now, here might be the most damning one. And the Blazers, they have an interim head coach right now, obviously, by the name of Tiago Splitter. And supposedly Dundon is shopping a new head coach for the team while he's currently employed during a playoff run, which, by the way, they won last night. Now the series is tied at 1-1. Maybe there's some juice there. By the way, Tiago Splitter also given a raise from his assistant coaching salary, discussed a longer-term contract, the salary presented to him, and apparently other potential prospects far below the average salary for an NBA head coach.
And I also saw the team photographer and the digital social media person didn't travel to the road game either.
That is also correct. So, a new owner, cost-cutting immediately. Nozzle, yay or nay?
Super nozzle, right? Especially when he's not doing what's standard for the industry, right? You want to treat your guys like professionals. You want to treat them like they're first-class, world-class facility. You need to fall in line and see what other teams are doing. If not, if you couldn't afford the expenses on the team, then you need to sell 10% of the team and try and grab your money back so that you can have other liquid funds to be able to treat them like a professional team.
And you think about what they're coming off of, by the way, when Paul Allen on the team, who, Microsoft guy, you didn't hear about any of this then. So to go from a drastic drop-off from that to this, and think about it, Portland, even when you're good, you're still kind of in NBA Siberia. Nobody's paying attention to you.
I mean, I forgot next year when Dame Dollar comes back, that'd be a solid team. I forgot Williams was there. People forget how good Williams was when he was with the Boston Celtics. He was in the original Drew Holiday trade, and now Drew Holiday's back. They still got Jeremy Grant. They still got a lot of good players, and I forgot this kid with the suction cups on his back, but he playing his ass off.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you which player that was, to be honest with you.
He's white, so you can see the suction cups.
Would that be their
the one with the Euro step size pause?
Is that their new center, Donovan Clingan?
Denny Avdia.
Yeah. Exactly.
I get him in Şengün. Yeah, Denny Avdia. He's good. He's
hell of a
the
player.
Most improved player this year?
I think he was an all-star.
And he's an all-star? No, he's really, really good. I got him and Alperen Şengün confused. My bad.
I'm surprised Jeremy Grant, I thought would have been a good Knick for a long time in the trade, but because he's that wing player. But I forgot Williams was out there. Williams with the big put back the alley-oop dunk.
Yep.
Missed a three-point play, but he was a beast when he was with Boston before he kept getting hurt. There was the knee a couple of years in a row.
Next up, Thomas.
Yes. So this one's probably just going to be an immediate yes when I say the name. How about Scott Foster?
Yes.
Yes, precisely. So apparently during the first game of the Boston and Philadelphia series, of course, he gets the honor of being the crew chief that day. And one of your responsibilities is when you do a challenge or you have to look at the replay, typically you hop on the microphone and say what's going on. Well, I guess the mic operator there had a little issue and didn't turn on his mic quick enough to his demands. So on national TV, you can see Scott Foster slamming his hand on the table, kind of pouting like a baby. Well, that's exactly what he did. And then he also yelled at the mic operator, "Do your job." Not very nice from Scott Foster.
No. But he's one of these guys, like many of the officials, that they think people are there to see them.
And by the way, I'd also like to point out, right before he slammed his hand and all that, the mic operator, the mic was on, by the way, Scott. He did his job. You're not doing your job. In fact, you're wasting everybody's time just by pouting because somebody may or may not have done their job to your standards.
Push the button.
Not that hard. Not that hard at all. You have one more, Tom?
Yeah, I sure do. So this one's a fun one in baseball. Apparently there's some accusations of cheating going on, but this comes from an unlikely source. So there's a backup catcher by the name of Dalton Rushing on the Dodgers. He's off to a great start to the season.
8 home runs, right? Something like that? 7, 8 home runs?
Oh, that's right. Well, I'm just going to read you the quote because he's talking about the Colorado Rockies here, because the Rockies, I believe they beat the Dodgers at one point in this series, and they were swinging out a lot of first pitches. I think they had a good game plan as an opposing team, and maybe I pitched into their game plan. As far as calling pitches, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's odd some of their hitters that do what they do, they go up there and there were only on the first pitch that was thrown. So it's a little fishy. He's trying to accuse the Colorado Rockies, of all teams, of possibly maybe picking up on tipped pitches or whatnot. He's saying they might be cheating here.
I mean, who was that they were saying was cheating? The Blue Jays last year, and then they just start hitting home runs anyway?
Well, that's why you see a lot of these teams now that are still calling pitches from the bench. You have somebody, a part of the coaching staff, who's relaying the signals to the catcher, and then he's using that, whatever it's called, the pitch comm thing that's going right into the pitcher's ear. It's amazing we're going to these lengths in 2026 because there's still people that are going to gain the upper hand.
So, Nozzle, yay or nay for accusing a team such as the Colorado Rockies of maybe picking up on some signs or even, as he says, being a little fishy?
Of course it's nozzly, because guess what? If the Colorado Rockies are picking up on signs against the Dodgers, why you mean to tell me it's only the superpower against them? Because they aren't really cheating too well against the rest of the league, because why have they been a disgrace for how many years? Fair?
Very.
It's not good. 800-919-3776. Good job, Tom. When we come back, we haven't even talked about the Knicks yet. I know it's the day before, but we'll get into a little NBA coming up next. Dan and Bart, we go to 1, then it's the K Show right here on ESPN New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Believe me, people misunderstand that I wouldn't enjoy a run if they made it, because it's my team and I'd like to see them do well. But what's frustrating is, to what end? I'm tired of being the little underdog. I'm tired of that narrative that exists around the Mets when they have all the advantages and then some compared to all the other teams in Major League Baseball.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
FanDuel is serving up a happy hour every day during the playoffs. We're talking special drops you don't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. And the best part? It's every single day. So whether you're betting the early game or gearing up for prime time, Make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's waiting for you today. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. We're talking special drops you don't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. And the best part? It's every single day. So whether you're betting the early game or gearing up for prime time, make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's waiting for you today. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration. Leg requirements and max wager amount. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Hey, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. We believe going solar should be simple, and it should make real financial sense. We manage the entire process from start to finish and offer flexible solar payment options designed around your goals. When the numbers work, solar can lower your monthly cost and give you predictable energy for decades. And if you refer someone who installs with us, you can earn up to $1,000. Visit PrecisionSolar.com to schedule your free home assessment.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
We all know winning means showing up stronger, faster, better than before. And when you're chasing that edge, the Drop by GNC cuts through the noise, bringing you the best new innovations in sports nutrition and performance. From muscle building and strength support to improved recovery and focus, we curate the newest drops from GNC Amp, Pro Performance, and Mega Men. Plus, Ghost, Raw Nutrition, Bucked Up, and the top new brands changing the game. No guesswork, just leveling up. Check out the Drop by GNC for what's new, what works, and what's next.
Now through April 23rd, get to Floor & Decor's flagship store in Brooklyn at 850 3rd Avenue. Enter the Design Your Day with K sweepstakes presented by Floor & Decor. Discover unmatched selection, unbelievable prices, plus standout looks in tile, wood, stone, and more. Explore fresh ideas, find your inspiration, and see real people, real projects. The Design Your Day with K sweepstakes, only at Floor & Decor in Brooklyn. Now through April 23rd. Visit ESPNNewYork.com for full details and rules.
Gonna take pollution down to zero. He's our powers magnified, and we're fighting on the planet side. 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 6. Here we go. I can't wait. Looting and polluting is where we're waiting for. Desanda. You should see the bad guys on here, too. Like, one look like Boss Hog.
But who are the bad guys? Like people that don't recycle?
What you mean? And polluting is the thing to do. Oh, man. No, who the bad guys?
Yeah.
Poachers that's killing elephants and taking their tusk. People that are throwing junk, toxic waste. You know what I'm saying? People dumping trash into the water. What do you mean?
Wasn't there like was it the Toxic Avenger? That was a different cartoon.
Yeah, that's not Captain Planet, man. You're being disrespectful right now.
No, but I'm saying,
if they made Captain Planet right now, it'd be dope. Like, because he was like crystal, almost like
I don't remember what he looked
Creed.
like. Yeah. He was almost like a greeny, like crystal-y looking guy.
How is greeny, crystal-y the same thing? No, he was crystal, like pure ice. You know what I'm saying? And then he had like green hair. Then he had like the planet on his chest. And then he had like the red, like little shirt.
They ever make a movie? Did they ever try to do like a live-action Captain Planet movie?
But they don't now. They should redo it. You know what I'm saying? That would be dope.
And you said it was 90 to 96? That's when it was on? Or the show? Tom, did you say that? 90 to 96? That's when Captain Planet was on?
Yes, that is correct.
I'm so confused. Why would they cancel such a great show?
I guess there weren't enough people that were locked in.
There's not a lot of people that could feel like protect the planet. But now there is. I mean, I think it's a great story to tell now.
It goes to show you how little people do indeed care. That's what it does.
We can buy some gear. No, it's empty.
Yeah, I know. I remember him.
We can
Captain Planet.
We should buy some gear. It's like he was like pure ice, but the ice was blue, so maybe it was coming from Alaska.
They have like a discount or like some proceeds if you buy it on Earth Day. If you buy like Captain Planet gear.
And then these were the kids. The kids had different rings: wind, fire, water, land.
What is this? The Last Airbender?
How about the Airbenders stole it from them? How about that? How about they owe Captain Planet some damn money, some residuals?
They also break thumbs. That's what Captain Planet did. You know? Steal some recycled cardboard, and he'll show you where to stick it.
Yeah, oh. We're going to give you a paper cut. Right up your culo.
Yeah, especially in those tough-to-reach places.
Yeah, your culo.
The day before, Knicks get back out on the court for a game number 3. You know what's funny? I've noticed a lot of people in the last couple of days. Knicks let one get away again on their home floor, and then last night you see the Boston Celtics lose. You see the San Antonio Spurs lose, and there's a lot of people in Knickland that are kind of like, well, why are the Knicks the only ones getting crucified for losing that game? It's not so much that they're the only ones getting crucified. It's just, unfortunately, this core has now let sizable leads late in playoff games slip away on their home floor in the last couple of years. And it's a repeated pattern that, unfortunately, they just can't shake, especially against a team like the Atlanta Hawks, which you should have put them away, right?
Yeah, I mean, they won 90%. They was winning 90% of the game. You know what I mean? And came down to it. They didn't make winning plays. And, you talk about Jalen Brunson in crunch time, he's going to be attacked. And how do you protect Jalen Brunson when you know he's going to be the point of emphasis when it comes from the defensive side of the ball, and teams are going to start and trying to get in? And C.J. McCollum was excellent. He was great the other day. I mean, he balled out.
He was.
And so, that's something that Brunson's going to have to do. And I think Brunson took the matchup personally. He started trying to attack and dribble the ball too much and not taking advantage of the advantages they had, which is Cat. Cat was 8 for 12. You know what I mean? He's bigger than everybody. He had Kuminga on him, for God's sakes. Come on, man. You got to do better than that. As the point guard, it's your job to facilitate.
Here's the problem with that. You brought up Cat, and he was 8 for 12. It's not just Cat. Brunson took 26 shots in that game.
Double everybody else. I do know.
12 shots was the next highest guy on that list. And look, this is not breaking news.
Jalen Harden.
Dude, it's like what and we've been living this life for years with him, and we don't complain, because he more often than not he comes through. But in that situation the other night, when the game was slipping away, it stands out more than usual. And I think I might even post this the offense is just way too predictable down the stretch.
It's ISO.
He sits there, like you said, James Harden. That's perfect. He's sitting there dribbling the ball until there's 7 seconds left on the shot clock.
No, then he throw you a hand grenade, and then you got no choice as a player. You can't make a move. You just gotta raise up and shoot it.
It's just,
and then he had the turnover, so it was going score for score, and he was going back at CJ, and CJ was going back at him. But then you had the turnover.
And it's easy to say again, as that game is unfolding, they're not making free throws, and OG's bricking both of those late in the game that.
I mean, that balances out because McCollum missed 2 free throws too. So don't blame it on the free throws. They shouldn't have never lost a 12-point lead. Mike Brown should have got their ass up off the ground a little bit faster. That bench was horrible. Wasn't able to put up any points. And, their bench was in when your bench was in because Jalen Johnson was resting alongside Brunson and Cat. So it's on them. But he has to do a better job in feeding your big man. If your big man's shooting that type of percentage, why would you ever stop going to him? That's why people want to see Alvarado in there, and they stagger like when Brunson is out there and when he isn't.
Why is it like, again, this is 2 games in a row here in this series. Second quarters, they've been terrible. Second quarters. Like, you should be
Remember last year they couldn't get out the blocks.
Right. Well, that, and then, like, they've had bad, they would have bad third quarters. But, like, you should be able to give yourself a nice little cushion going into the break. Maybe you put a team like that away. Who knows going into the locker room? If they're down like 12, 13 points and they go in the locker room and sit on this, they're like, oh, well, all right, let's go back to our place. Maybe we'll turn it around there. But they don't give themselves that opportunity. And I don't think, like, big picture, you're worried about this series. I think you're worried big picture now because it's like, shoot, if you're struggling against the Hawks, what happens when you play a good team?
I mean, you're happy that Boston, looks like they got to go 5 or 6.
And who knows if Embiid is going to play in this series for Philly? He had that appendicitis thing like 3 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. And like, who knows? He might sneeze and crack a rib. This dude's never available. He's the true definition of 500.
It's unbelievable.
He's the true definition of 500.
You guys going to get back in the series tonight?
We better. Or you talk about major disappointment.
That doesn't sound confident to me.
We might be the team trading for Giannis.
That doesn't seem confident to me. But I think they will tonight. Thanks to Ray. Thanks to Tom. Michael's coming up next. He's Bart. I'm Dan. We're back tomorrow at 10. It'll be draft day. Talk to you then, folks. Bye-bye.
The Knicks.
Bridges, far side baseline. Pull-up jumper, missed it. Atlanta wins.
The Hawks.
Atlanta comes in and highway robbery. They steal game 2 to even up the series.
The NBA playoffs.